Live from DeVere Fair Stadium at Decatur Central High School, it is Indiana High School football as the 2-3 Decatur Central Hawks take on the 4-1 Plainfield Quakers. Good evening, I am JP Sinclair along with Rob Kendall, and this is Audio Sports Online pregame. Rob, the Hawks have had trouble keeping opponents from scoring all season, allowing a staggering 49 points per game, but last week they held Mooresville to just 14.
Yeah, hey JP, it's good to be with you tonight. I want to thank everybody tuned in tonight, whether you're watching on our Decatur Central side of things or Plainfield. Of course, two of our great schools that we do cover. Should be a great night for football action. I want to say thank you to Kelly McWilliams and the entire athletic staff out here at Decatur Central High School. And it is homecoming as the band on the field for the Hawks of Decatur Central. And should be an exciting evening of high school football action. And there's nobody I'd rather spend it with than you, JP.
Thank you, Rob. I mean, Decatur Central and Plainfield are 500 in their previous 8 matches, with each team winning 4 games. But last year was a tight battle with Plainfield won just 17-14. But given the way these two teams have played, we're expecting a much higher scoring affair here tonight during homecoming.
Yeah, it's interesting. Plainfield obviously comes in with a record of 4-1, as you said. Decatur Central at 2-3. But Decatur Central, I believe, is leading the state in scoring. And they are a high-powered offense, scoring as many as we know, 79 points in one game earlier this year. So it should be super exciting, a beautiful night for high school football all across the state, and it's going to be nice to see these Decatur Central Hawks in action for the first time.
Yeah, like you said, there was that Perry Meridian game. That was a high-scoring affair. 83-78 was the final score. Decatur is scoring about a 58.8 points per game clip. Eli Conlon has been the workhorse for this team, this Decatur Central team, rushing for about 9 yards per carry and has 10 touchdowns this season. What does Plainfield have to do to keep him in check tonight?
Keep him in front of him. You know, and we were talking with some folks here at Decatur Central before the game, and Coach Woodard echoed those sentiments on his coach's show this week when he said, one of the issues is, they run hard, they run quick. So a lot of times it's just a guy getting run over, not necessarily getting around a guy. So we'll see if the Quakers can keep him in front of him. And let's take a moment, if you don't mind, JP, get through a couple of our sponsors for tonight's game. Right here on Audio Sports Online, and let's read the list, which include the Hendricks County Flyer, Rhodes & Kinley LLP, Copyco Office Solutions, American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency, Inc., Wicker Construction, Julia Burbridge of Remax Centerstone, the Niagara Bottling Company, Beacon Sign Company, 3 Pints Brew Pub, Cary Digital, Jimmy John's, Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, the Coachman Restaurant and Lounge, BMO Harris, and the payroll department. Thanks to those folks for helping make our Plainfield side of things possible all year long. And let's thank BMO Harris Bank, established in 1882 as Harris Bank and owned by BMO Financial Group since 1984. BMO Harris Bank has grown to become one of the largest banks in the Midwest, serving personal, commercial, and affluent customers. Located in Plainfield at 2609 East Main Street. More information, call them today at 839-3501.
Thank you, Rob. Of course, we were talking about how it's homecoming here at Decatur Central. Just going to be an absolutely beautiful night. 79 degrees, very light wind, 2 miles an hour out of north, if any, and 0% chance of rain. It doesn't get much better than that for a Friday night football game here in Indiana.
Yeah, as you said, JP, beautiful night for high school football. Hopefully phasing out of that severe weather phase of the season that we face in August and September. Thankfully got lucky, and I think we only had one set of games that were delayed or canceled at any time. So we'll hope to have a great evening out here. Homecoming, you always want good weather for homecoming. Plainfield had their homecoming last week and unfortunately was not blessed with that great weather. So good deal for the Hawks. I know they're excited about being here. We're excited to be a part of things, and we just couldn't ask for much more.
Now, we talked about Decatur Central's running game being the main way that they're going to try and pound the ball and get after this Plainfield defense. We talked about trying to slow that down, but if you're Decatur Central, you're having trouble stopping scoring all year long. If you're Decatur Central's defense, what are you trying to do to slow down this Plainfield offense?
Well, it's interesting. I believe this is our 6th year of covering Plainfield football, and every year of all of our clients that we have, Plainfield traditionally has the fastest games because they run. A lot of 4 or 5 yard runs, keep the clock moving, keep the chains moving. Decatur Central usually our longest set of games because they score a lot of points, which means the clock stops quite a bit. Plainfield this year throwing the ball a little bit more, and we'll see if Miller and that group can really spread the field on this athletic Decatur Central team. I got a feeling Coach Woodard, and he talked about this on the coaches show this week, is going to revert back to some more of that old traditional Plainfield football, which is run the ball, keep the clock running, keep Decatur Central's offense off the field. Let's thank a few more of our sponsors. Rhodes and Kinsley LLP are CPAs and financial advisors in business since 1990. They handle individual and business tax and accounting work. They're located at 8315 West 10th Street in Indianapolis. You can call them at 271-1040 for an appointment. And CopyCo Office Solutions is a local Xerox dealership. We sell and service copiers and printers and provide a wide variety of technology solutions, providing and supporting all your business and technology needs. CopyCo is located at 2920 Fortune Circle West, Suite C. Call them today at 241-5800 or stop by Monday through Friday from 8 to 5.
Like to take a moment and talk a little bit. Obviously, there was some tragic news this week as far as Officer Rod Bradway was concerned. Obviously, shot down in the line of duty. Our thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. He does have 2 teenage kids that do go here to Decatur Central. Just take a quick moment of silence and say that our thoughts and prayers are with them and theirs during this time of trial. Welcome back to DeVere Fair Stadium. I'm JP Sinclair. Going over the Decatur Central defense, we've talked about it a little bit earlier, having a lot of trouble keeping opponents from scoring so far this season, allowing 49 points per game. This is a Plainfield team that typically puts up about 36. And, you look at that defense, a lot of two-way players. We talked about this earlier during the Perry Meridian game. You got guys like Lucas McNeil, who plays both ways, both offensive and defensive. We'll see if that can maybe change pace a little bit, maybe get some freshmen in there tonight and continue what they were doing against Mooresville when they only held Mooresville to 14 points. Leading a lot of what that defense does is going to be Brian Wells. He does have 21 tackles thus far on the season. He's a 5'8", 165 junior. And also in that linebacker core, Zach Muniz, a 5'8", 185-pound senior, does have 29 tackles, including 1 for loss and 1 pass deflected so far on the year. They're going to be really the 2 players to try and watch for this Decatur defense to try and slow down this Plainfield offense. As we talked about earlier, this is a Plainfield offense that likes to get out and run the ball, typically under Coach Brian Woodard. 4A school, 4-1, and already on this season. They're led under center by quarterback Brady Nichols, a 6'4", 200-pound senior. He's got a lot of passing yards thus far on the season, 757 yards and 10 total touchdowns and only 1 interception, going so far 39 of 69 on the season. So he's definitely going to be a player that this Decatur Central defense has to look out for.
Yeah, and let's take another moment. Thanks to more of our sponsors here at JP. Avon Dental Center is providing custom-made mouth guards to the football program for the 2nd consecutive year and are celebrating their 20th year in business. They're located at 7517 Beechwood Center Road, Suite 100 in Avon, and can be reached at 272-8100. Also want to thank our friends at American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency, Inc. Stop by and visit American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency, Inc. at 704 North Carr Road in Plainfield. You can reach them at 839-9445. Stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 to discuss your insurance needs. And also want to thank Wicker Construction. For more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building custom homes, remodeling, insurance repair, and handyman services while exceeding client expectations and delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. Their services include insurance repairs and restoration, hailstorm and weather-related repairs, remodeling services, and new home construction. More information, call Wicker Construction at 839-8353.
As we talked about earlier, it is homecoming here at DeVere Fair Stadium on the campus of Decatur Central High School. Stadium is pretty well packed with players coming out to support this Decatur Central Hawks team. A lot of people have come out for Plainfield as well. We see the marching band getting ready. They're going around the field right now. 8 minutes and 55 seconds till kickoff. We also see a couple of the news affiliates. We even saw the Channel 8 news chopper land down just a little bit ago, as well as Channel 13 also here on site. It's going to be a great night for Indiana high school football. Decatur will be wearing their blue uniforms with the gold stripes, and then Plainfield will be wearing their red uniforms with the blue stripes. During this homecoming event, there will be a lot to cover and talk about. One of the really interesting things, if you were here, you would be able to see on the right there at the gate that separates the fans from the field itself, a lot of the players have little tribute signs up that show some of their names, their player numbers, and stuff like that. And the really interesting to me one is the Superman one right here for Dakota Sidwell.
Yeah, great. Very creative by the kids. Really putting some effort into that. That's awesome. Did want to let all our fans know whether you're watching on our Plainfield or Decatur Central page. As you can obviously see, the sun beginning to set on our field of play, and that's causing a little bit of a glare on our screen. But don't worry, soon that will soon be behind the clouds, and the field will be in full view. Of course, remind all our Plainfield fans, we do want to mention we have a JV game coming up tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. We'll be out at Plainfield High School broadcasting the JV football game.
Obviously, a lot of young talent coming up in that Plainfield ranks. Starts with the JV team and then the freshman team. Probably a lot of good young players might want to definitely check that out.
All right, it looks like we're going to have the playing of our national anthem here.
This evening, the national anthem will be performed by our own award-winning Decatur Central Golden Heirs. The Golden Heirs have proudly represented Decatur Township in the Fine Arts Department of Decatur Central High School since 1953. This group of dedicated students has received grand champion designations at contests in Indiana, Ohio, and Tennessee, in addition to caption awards for best vocals and best choreography. The Golden Heirs are directed by Mr. C. Andrew Childs. Please welcome the Golden Heirs and alumni guests as you rise for the singing of our national anthem. Before we have our national anthem performed by the Golden Heirs to pay homage to our country and those who fought for our freedoms, Decatur Central High School and the Decatur Township community would like to honor, recognize, and remember a fallen hero. In the early hours of Friday, September 20th, Decatur Township in the city of Indianapolis lost a dear friend when Officer Rod Bradway responded to a domestic disturbance call and was fatally shot. Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department officer Bradway lived in Decatur Township, and his children attended Decatur Central High School and Decatur Middle School. Officer Bradway was also a licensed IHSAA soccer official who officiated often at DCHS. The Decatur Central Athletic Department and football team would also like to honor a fellow Indiana high school football player in this moment of silence. Please keep the family and teammates of Jake West from LaPorte High School in your thoughts as Jake collapsed and died at football practice on Wednesday. We dedicate this moment of silence to Officer Rod Bradway and Jake West. The Decatur Central Athletic Department is collecting donations that will be given to Officer Bradway's family fund. There are Decatur Central students in polos coming around with buckets for anyone who would like to contribute. You can also send donations to the Officer Bradway Family Fund at the professional.
Okay, JP, if you don't mind, let's get through a few more of our sponsors on our Plainfield side of things tonight. And we'll thank our friends, Julia Burbridge of Remax Centerstone. Well, Julia Burbridge and Bud Green of Remax Centerstone, you can consider it sold. As a team, Julia and Bud have over 20 years of combined commercial and residential sales experience. Our team effort has brought many large-scale commercial projects to Plainfield, and Julia is a continued leader in residential sales across the county. Call Julia today at 754-5057 and let her make your next home purchase or selling experience as stress-free as possible. And special thanks to the Niagara Bottling Company, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information on how they can get to work for you, please call 909-230-5000, extension 5912. The Beacon Sign Company specializes in local high school sports and event signage needs. This is their 12th year of supporting the Red Pride football program. They're located at 9305 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Call 272-2388 for all your signage needs, or stop by Monday through Friday from 9 to 6.
Thank you. We'll reset the scene for you. We are on the Veer Fair Stadium is where we're at on the campus of Decatur Central High School. Marching band still on the field as they get ready for the Decatur Central Hawks to take the field and run through the tunnel. Reset the scene for you. It is homecoming here tonight. A lot of different people out here, a lot of different local media's covering. This is going to be a very good game, we anticipate. We talked about last year's matchup between Plainfield and Decatur. Plainfield won a close game only by 3. 17-14 was the final score in that one. But looking forward to a very highly anticipated game here tonight.
And as we do await our friends from Decatur Central as well as Plainfield to come on the field, let's thank another one of our sponsors. And as I'm going to get out of my own way here and do that, Three Pines Brew Pub is an excellent place for great food. They offer craft drink selections brewed on site. It features family-friendly atmosphere and would make a great destination for your next dining experience. They're located at 5020 Cambridge Way in Plainfield. For more information about menu and drink selections, call 829-1000. Their hours are Sunday and Monday, 11 to 10, Tuesday through Thursday from 11 to 11, and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 12:30. And real quick here, let's get this one in. Care Digital is a full-service, state-of-the-art digital printing service from business cards to banners. They have been a multi-year provider of senior posters at the south end of the field. Their address is 2701 Fortune Circle in Indianapolis. Open weekdays from 7 to 7. Call them directly at 227-0220 for more information.
Decatur Central about to come through the tunnel now here momentarily. But as we get set for this game, we've talked about it a lot already. It's going to be we expect a highly scoring affair compared to last year. Decatur Central is now taking the field. But we talked about how high-powered this Decatur Central offense is, particularly the running game led by Colin. Another one of the versatile threats coming out of that backfield is actually their quarterback, 6'4", 195-pound junior Tommy Stevens. He does have 42 rushes on the year for 395 yards and 4 touchdowns. Was a major player in that Perry Meridian game that saw such high scoring due to Stevens' ability to run out from the backfield. So that'll be something else to keep an eye on if you're Plainfield's defense.
Well, Decatur Central and Plainfield both on the field now. Hawks huddling now in the center. They'll be in the home blues, white pants, gold helmets. Plainfield, the visitors, they'll be in the road whites, red helmets, red numbers. Don't forget, if you are a Plainfield fan tuning in tonight, we got the Brian Woodard Show your way every Monday. We podcast our weekly chat with the head coach of the Plainfield Quakers, so you can look forward to that.
Definitely something worth taking a listen to is that coach. You sit down every week with head coach Brian Woodard for this Plainfield team. Definitely something worth taking a listen to. I definitely listened to it this week in preparation for this game. Very informative from Coach Woodard.
Hey, we also want to thank our friends at Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and Jimmy John's for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. And we want to thank them for supporting Plainfield football. We also want to thank the Hendricks County Flyer for helping sponsor our video broadcast site. So a very big thank you to them for helping out and sponsoring our video side of things this evening. So we appreciate that and our good friendship with the Friends of the Flyer.
Team captains are now coming out, getting ready for the coin flip. Looks like Jack Weldon is out there along with Lucas McNeil and also Cameron Evans out there. And Daniel Malloy for the Hawks for Plainfield. Looks like their team captains tonight is going to be Evan Schreider. Let's see here. Also Bobby Jensen. And believe that is Josh Miller out there as well for the Plainfield Quakers.
And we do want to thank the Flyers video sponsor, which is Motion 360 by Hendricks Regional Health. Provides care for the way you are meant to move. We care for every muscle, bone, and joint in your body to get you back to the activities you love. For more information, get it online at mymotion360.org.
Still waiting on the decision from the coin flip. Either way, as we get set, it's going to be a beautiful night, as we've talked about. Very packed-in stadium here. Student sections all on their feet, waiting for this game to get kicked underway. And it's definitely going to be a anxious night is the word I think I'm going to use. I'm definitely anxious for this one to get underway. Does look like Plainfield will receive first as Decatur Central defer to the second. Abdi So will be the Decatur Central man to kick the ball off to this Plainfield return team. Josh Miller and Garrett Patton are the two people that Decatur has to look for in this return game.
Hey, don't forget to all of our fans out there, if you're watching on the Decatur Central or Plainfield side, regardless of what side you're watching on, we will have the archive podcast of this event up for your viewing pleasure. We should have that up, hopefully, this evening. And then you can head on back and check out the game anytime you want. So tell your friends.
Abdi So out there, as I talked about. He's a 6 foot, 165-pound senior for this Decatur Hawks team. Placing the ball down as we get ready for this kickoff. And here we go. So his kickoff is fielded at about the 10 by Hunter Smith. He has a lane. He's going to look to break it. He's got to the 40 before he's finally tackled hard and brought down by, I believe that was actually the kicker that finally brought him down.
Nice return by the Quakers there, and a nice hit at the end. So both teams really exerting some aggression.
Surprising. Obviously, that's not the kind of field position you want to give up if you're Decatur Central as we get underway. One receiver wide right for the Quakers offense in a split shot I formation. Motion man is Gabe Burkhart. Handoff goes right up the middle, has a small lane that is number 14, Josh Miller, before he's hit in the backfield and brought down.
Well, we talked about the importance of this game of really, the Plainfield Quakers trying to run the ball, run the clock, keep that vaunted Decatur Central offense off of the field, and we'll see how they do. That first run, not so good.
That'll bring out 2nd and 9 for the Quakers. Talked a little bit earlier about Brady Nichols, but we also have James Mayberry out there, as well as his favorite target, Garrett Patton, who in this play is lined up wide to the left. Lined up wide to the right is Ricardo Dubicki, who is now the motion man, coming under center to the left side. Handoff goes once again right up the middle. That would be Jacob Maple before he's brought down. Looked like the tackle that time was by Jack Whedon, who has 30 tackles thus far on the season, 1 for loss, and that'll bring up 3rd and 7. Ball on Plainfield zone 45 as they break the huddle and come out. Jake Burkhardt is the tight end on the right side. Tight formation on the left. I formation. Fake handoff. He's looking to go downfield. Man diving for it was Jay Burkhardt. Was unable to haul it in, and that'll bring out 4th down and probably force this Plainfield Quaker team to punt.
Well, 3 and out there. And now it's time for that vaunted Decatur Central defense to come onto the field.
on that Decatur Central defense. We talked about Lucius McNeil is a two-way player as we get set for the punt. Punt will be done by Ricardo Dubicki. And almost had it blocked. Gets it away. Very short kick. Rolled out at about the 36-yard line for Decatur, so they'll have it in very good field position as they come out on the field. That Decatur Central offense is led by Tommy Stevens and Eli Conlon, as we talked about earlier, but also featuring Connor Ray and the main wide receiver, his favorite target, Riker Stout, the 6'1", 175-pound junior. On that offensive line is Lucius McNeil, John Day, Luke Gregory, John Sidwell, and Austin Osborne. Aaron Sandy is lined up to the left. Far to the right is Riker Stout. Stevens under center. Motion man is Cameron Evans. And the pitch goes to Conlon. He fakes it back over to Stevens on the left-hand side, and he's going to run for it. Got maybe 6 or 7 on the play before he's pushed out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds that time by Mark Dahm, the 6', 170-pound junior for the Quaker defense. Talking about that Quaker defense, they have Grayson Goodbar, Justin Massey, Nick Rowan, and Bryce Biddle on that defensive front. Get to the linebacker core here in a second. Ball on the 42 of Decatur Central. 2nd and 5. Conlon. Stevens tried to fake the handoff to Conlon, who had a lane, but decided to keep it, and he'll be brought down in the backfield, which will bring out 3rd down and about 6. Talking about that linebacker core for the Quakers, Michael Conley is back there, as well as Hunter Smith, Evan Schreider, Brady Nichols, and Jack Whitney will both see time as well. And in the defensive back positions, you'll have Mark Dahm, Chris Clark, and Dayton Clemens. Two receiver set, I formation. Riker and Connor Ray, the wide men. Stevens takes a snap, looks to the right, doesn't find anything, looks to try and find a lane. He'll try and turn it upfield, gets all the way to about the 50-yard line. Great block on that play by, let's see, that would be Aaron Sandy, who was the wide receiver on that play. Just had an excellent block that was able to spring Tommy Stevens for that 1st down to move the chains. Wideman is Riker Stout to the right side. Aaron Sandy on the left side. Once again, I formation, 2 tight end front. Handoff goes to Conlon, and he'll look for a lane. Doesn't find anything. He's tackled right away by Mark Dahm. And that'll bring out 2nd and 8 at about the 52-yard line. Mark Dahm's been very active thus far here early for the Quakers. Thus far, very slow-moving offense from this Decatur Central Hawk team.
One thing that's unusual about Decatur Central is they'll actually play some music in between plays.
Yeah, it helps the players keep motivated. Tommy Stevens looks to hand off to Conlon. Does right up the middle before he's tripped up. Got about 4 or 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd and 1. Very, very short, possibly 3rd and inches. Called about a foot at the 46.
Very interesting so far. Plainfield has prevented the big play, but some ball movement by the Hawks, despite not being able to bust it open yet.
Yeah, typically thus far we've seen this Decatur Central team able to bust for the long runs, being held, as you talked about, by this Plainfield Quaker team. See if they can get a big stop here with 3rd and 1. Ball on the 41. 2 tight ends to the left. Split I formation. Motion man is Dakota Sidwell, who gets the pitch out from Stevens. He has a little bit of room to work with. Gets all the way about to the 29-yard line before he's brought down by Hunter Smith, the 5'9", 185-pound senior for the Quaker team. That'll be enough to move the chains. 8:02, scoreless game here in the 1st at Decatur Central. Ball on Plainfield's 32-yard line. Fresh set of downs. Man in motion. Stevens fakes the handoff, looks to the right side, has his man Riker Stout, And there will be a flag on that play. Defender never got his head turned around on that play. The defender on that play would be Josh Miller. Never got himself turned around to play the ball. That would have been an easy touchdown for Riker Stout otherwise.
Unlike the pros, though, they play the college rule here, 15 yards versus spot of the foul. And a little bit unusual. A lot of times on those tangled feet, which is what it looked like it was, they'll not call that. However, obviously the defender Miller did not have his face to the front of the play.
3 receiver set. Riker Stout to the right-hand side. Sandy and Dakota Sidwell to the left. Conlon in the backfield. Tommy Stevens under center. Gives the handoff to Conlon right up the middle. Gets a yard or two before he's brought down by gang tackled, really. Too many to pinpoint one man. And that'll bring out second and we'll call it 6 at the 14-yard line. 7:15 left to go here in the first quarter. Pretty much so far, we've seen the same set for this Decatur Central Hawk team. 2 backfields in 2 running backs in the I formation, motion man, and the handoff goes right up the middle to Cameron Evans. He has some room to work with. Give credit on the tackle to Josh Miller was also there on the tackle. Almost had a strip on it. Very quickly, Tommy Stevens brings the Decatur Central Hawks right back to the line. And that will be a first down, first and goal on the 5-yard line for the Hawks. Good chance to score. Aaron Sandy, the wide receiver on the left. Stout on the right. Handoff goes right up the middle to Dakota Sedwell, who gets in there for the touchdown, pretty much untouched. And that'll bring the score to 6-0 in favor of the Decatur Central Hawks here early.
Now that vaunted Decatur Central offense strikes first. And with what is that? Is that 6:45? It is 6:45 left to play in the first. It is 6-0 in favor of the Hawks over the Quakers. Now they're going to go for 2 here. I think they normally do attempt the 2-point conversions, and it looks like that is exactly what Decatur Central is going to do here early on.
A lot of times early in the season, this Decatur Central Hawk team would go for 2. They did have their place kicker, Abdi So. He's 9 of 10 thus far on the season. He had been doing those duties for this Decatur Central Hawk team, but they will try for 2. I formation. Handoff is faked by Stevens. He looks for a receiver in the left-hand side and has him, which is Aaron Sandy at the corner of the end zone for the 2-point conversion for the Decatur Central Hawks. Make it a 8-point game in favor of the Hawks. 8-0, 6:45 left to go in this first quarter.
Well, let's take another moment to thank some of our sponsors who have, on the Plainfield side of things, made it possible for us to be out here tonight. And if I can get out of my own way, we'll do that here in just a second. Hey, established in 1882 is Harris Bank and owned by BMO Financial Group since 1984. BMO Harris Bank has grown to become one of the largest banks in the Midwest, serving personal, commercial, and affluent customers. Located in Plainfield at 2609 East Main. More information, call them today at 839-3501.
So the Decatur Central Hawks draw first blood, 8-0 here early. 6:45 left to go in the first. Plainfield got stalled on their first offensive possession, was forced to punt after a good return. And we'll get set for the second kickoff from Decatur Central. And the kick's away. Short kick. Fielded at about the 22. And it'll be taken forward before he's finally brought down. That would be Jake Whitney, the 6', 230 senior for this Quaker team.
And we do want to welcome JP. We want to welcome you to the Audio Sports Online family. It's good to have you on board with us. And you'll be doing some more of these Decatur Central games later on in the year. So welcome aboard. And enjoy the ride.
Thank you, Rob. Trying to shake off some of the rust. It's been a while since I've done this. I formation for the Quakers. Pitch goes to the right side and room to run with it. breaking tackles all the way almost to the 48-yard line. That was Jacob Maple, the leading rusher for this Quaker offense. The 6 foot, 168 sophomore got a pretty big gain there, finding holes in this Decatur defense.
Yeah, Maple had a nice game last week, really stepped up, and him and Miller, really the two primary rushers in last week's victory, and obviously that's good for Plainfield after that Decatur Central momentum, that very dominant first drive to get a first down.
Ball on Plainfield's own 48, 1st and 10. Once again, an I formation on the right side. Handoff is faked. Looking, finally having to throw the ball away with the defender on his face is Brady Nichols. The defender putting pressure on him was Jacob Scotton, the 5'10", 280-pound senior with 7 tackles on the season.
Number 64, Jacob Scotton.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball still on the 48. Great penetration there by Jacob Scotton to put pressure on Nichols. Garrett Patton goes out wide to the left. Wide to the right is Ricardo Dubecki. I formation. Dubecki motion man right to left. Gets set up in the slot. Handoff goes right up the middle to Maple. Looking for some room to run. Doesn't find it. Once again,
they're facing another 3rd long, and they just can't afford to do that, JP.
So far, this Decatur Central defense, which has been questionable so far early on in the season, looking good thus far today, already having 1 3-and-out, looking to try and make it 2 here at 3rd and 9 on the 49-yard line. 5:42 left to go in the first quarter. Garrett Patton wide to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Nichols looks to throw and almost intercepted, but the ball touches down on the ground, so it'll be incomplete, and that'll force another punt here from the Quakers. Not the start Brian Woodard was hoping for, I'm sure. 8-0 so far in favor of the Decatur Central Hawks.
Fourth down for the Quakers.
Looks like Decatur Central is going to try and bring pressure. Very high punt, not very long. And actually, that won't be fielded at all. It takes a favorable bounce late, though, for Plainfield before it's finally down at about the 24-yard line.
All down at the 24-yard line. That's what the Hawks will take over first down.
Hey, Rhodes and Kinsley, LLP, are CPAs and financial advisors in business since 1990. They handle individual and business and tax and accounting work located at 8315 West 10th Street in Indianapolis. You can call them today at 271-1040 to set up an appointment.
Coming out of the formation, Aaron Sandy goes wide to the left. Snout goes wide to the right. Once again, tight formation up front for Stevens under center. Motion man is Sidwell. And the pass goes right up the middle to Conlon, who gets 1, maybe 2 on the play before he's finally brought down. And that'll bring out 2nd and 8 on the 26-yard line for Decatur Central.
5 minutes left to play in our first quarter, so game going by fairly quick so far.
Well, as we talked about in the during the pregame, that's the way Coach Woodson wants it for this Plainfield team. Once again, Stout is the far right man. Aaron Sandy left. Motion man up the middle. Handoff goes right up to Colin, and he's brought down very quickly by a host of Quakers. Hunter Smith, the lead man on that tackle. That'll bring up about 3rd and 5 on the 29-yard line. 4:17 left to go here in the first quarter. We talked about a very quick-moving game thus far. Sandy wide to the left, Stout wide to the right. Once again, bunch formation in the backfield for Stevens. Stevens under center. And fakes the handoff. He looks to the right side. Finds Conlon, who's hit hard and drops the ball. Great hit right there after Conlon caught the ball by Chris Clark, the 6 foot, 180-pound senior, just leveled Conlon right after he caught the ball. Great tackle there.
Pass falls incomplete.
That'll bring out 4th and 5. Tommy Stevens will do the punting duties. Whenever your quarterback is also your punter, you always have a chance for some trickery. We'll see what happens here. And it looks like Stevens going to pass it. And he does, and finds the man. I believe that was Stout right there at the sideline.
Hey, Copyco Office Solutions is a local Xerox dealership. We sell and service copiers and printers and provide a wide variety of technology solutions, providing and supporting all your business and technology needs. Copyco is located at 2920 Fortune Circle West, Suite C. Call them today at 241-5800 or stop by Monday through Friday from 8 to 5.
So the risky play comes out good for Justin Dixon, head coach for Decatur Central in his 5th season, 23-22 record overall, and that'll be enough to move the chains on the faked punt. Sandy to the wide left, Stout, and on the wide right, Dakota Sidwell's the motion man, and timeout is taken by the Hawks. 3:52 left to go here in the first quarter.
Avon Dental Center has provided custom-made mouth guards to the football program for the 2nd consecutive year and are celebrating their 20th year in business. They're located at 7517 Beechwood Center Road, Suite 100 in Avon. It can be reached at 272-8100.
Well, we talked about it, Rob. Coming into this game, we were expecting a lot of running from both teams. I don't think neither one of us thought it would be this much running and this little passing. And given the way that Decatur's defense has played all year, expecting a lot more from Plainfield thus far.
Hey, stop by and visit American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency, Inc. at 704 North Carr Road in Plainfield. You can reach him at 839-9445. Stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 to discuss your insurance needs.
Coming out of the timeout for the Hawks. Up 8-0 so far in the first quarter. 3:52 left to go. Big play just moments ago by this Hawks team on special teams, faking the punt and going for it and getting the first down. Sandy wide left, Stout wide right. Connor Ray in the slot. Motion man is Sidwell, comes to join Stevens in the backfield. Fake handoff to Sidwell. Stevens keeps it himself and gets hit in the backfield and brought down very quickly by Evan Schreider, the 5'11", 220 senior on this Quakers defense.
By 13, Schneider. Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 12 for the Hawks.
That'll bring out 2nd and 12. Ball on the 38-yard line of Decatur Central. Sandy wide to the right with Ray. Stout wide to the right. In the shotgun is Stevens. Looking for somewhere to go. Doesn't find anything. Conlon gets it, and he'll be brought down very quickly. Getting penetration there was Chris Clark from the strong safety position. Just absolutely nowhere to go. No block set up for Conlon. I think a lot of people were expecting Stevens to take it and didn't have anything. So that'll bring out 3rd and long for this Decatur Hawks team. Ball on the 29, 14 yards to go for the first down. The Hawks hearing it from their local crowd. Talked about it earlier. It is homecoming. Sandy wide to the left. Stout wide to the right. Stevens gets it, gets pressure, walks away from it, and doesn't get anything. Staying with the play and bringing him down was Michael Conley, the 6'3", 225 linebacker. Is a senior for this Quaker team, was able to get in the backfield and bring Stevens down, and that'll bring out another punt for this Hawks team.
Decatur Central High School Athletics would also like to thank WRTV6 for their coverage this evening.
Josh Miller back to receive the punt. Stevens gets it, and it gets blocked partially anyway, and the ball rolls very shortly, only to about the 44-yard line.
Hey, for more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building custom homes, remodeling, insurance repair, and handyman services while exceeding client expectations and delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. Their services include insurance repairs and restoration, hailstorm and weather-related repairs, remodeling services, and new home construction. For more information, call Wicker Construction at 839-8353.
Quakers get in very favorable field position, and taking the handoff was Jacob Maple to the left side.
Flag at the end of the play.
He was brought down outside of the field of play, so we'll see what the call is, as there is, as Rob talked about, a flag on the play. Wait and see what the call is.
Flag on the play.
Believe it was a hit to the helmet, and that'll advance the chains. 15-yard personal foul penalty is looking like what the call is going to be.
Personal foul on the Hawks. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that'll put the ball even in more favorable position for the Quakers. It's 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Wide to the left is Garrett Patton. Very quickly is the pitch out. And going for it's Maple, and trying to cut the outside, isn't able to. He's brought down very quickly on the pursuit by Devin Toms. Toms is a 5'8", 155-pound senior. Has 20 tackles thus far in the year, including a forced fumble and an interception for a touchdown. Maple tried turning the corner there, was unable to. And that'll bring out 2nd and short, call it 2nd and 2 on the 16-yard line. Wide to the right is Patton. Once again, very close set. I formation on the left, 2 tight ends. Nichols under center. Takes it, pitches it to the left to Josh Miller. He's got a hole and trying to still advance the ball. Got a late push, so it'll be enough for the first down. Multiple Hawks in on the tackle, including Jack Weldon. 4:41 left to go in this first quarter, or check that, 41 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Hawks up 8-0. Ball on the 10-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Quakers. Tight formation once again. Patton to the left. Handoff goes very quickly up the middle to Maple. Got maybe 1 or 2 on the play before he's brought down. So we'll see if the Quakers try and win one more play before the clock ticks down. 15 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, and doesn't look like they're going to.
Well, it looks like they're not going to, as you said, JP, and that'll bring about the end of the first quarter. We had kind of joked before the game about the average Plainfield game seems to take about 2 hours, and that first quarter took 30 minutes, so puts us
right on track.
Right on par. Hey, with Julia Burbridge and Bud Green of Remax Centerstone, you can consider it sold. As a team, Julia and Bud have over 20 years of combined commercial and residential experience. Our team effort has brought many large-scale commercial projects to Plainfield, and Julia is a continued leader in residential sales across the county. Call Julia today at 754-5057 and let her make your next home purchase or selling experience as stress-free as possible.
Once again, want to thank you for tuning in to audiosportsonline.net, courtesy of Decatur Central High School and also Plainfield High School. Beautiful Friday night for football here in the state of Indiana. Temperature continuing to tick just a little bit colder, but not by much. 8-0 score here early for Decatur Central. Been thus far very favorable of the Hawks as far as the early score and also the defensive stops thus far for the Hawks. But a penalty has pushed Quakers into very, very good field position, as well as a partially blocked punt, and that's where we stand thus far. Ball on the 7-yard line, and I believe it is 2nd down with 7 to go, so it'll be 2nd and goal. Sun continuing to drift down to the west. Had a shadow earlier on the field, but that's all gone. Brady Nichols under center. 2 receivers to the right. Two running backs right behind him. Taking the handoff is Josh Miller, and he'll be brought down very quickly by a couple of different Hawks. And I'll bring out third. Got maybe a yard on the play, so we'll call it 3rd and 6. Quakers could really use some points right here to answer to the Hawks, who drew first blood. Great chance to do so here. We'll see what Brady Nichols can bring up. He'll go under center. Two running backs behind him. Quick pitch out, goes to Maple, looking to the left side, trying to turn the corner, and dives for it, and he did get in. Great play, turning the corner there by Maple to get into the end zone there by Maple on the last-ditch effort.
It was a super athletic effort right there. Just a foot race sprint to the corner end zone. Now, it'll be interesting if Plainfield elects to, and I think we're answering our own question here, is that Burbridge on to kick the extra point? It is. They're not going to go for 2, even though they're down 2.
Burbridge is thus far 14 of 14 on extra point tries thus far this season, and that kick is up and in.
What's interesting is Burbridge also kicks in the JV games, so a chance to give him, I guess, some extra effort and chances on the JV contest. Hey, special thanks to the Niagara Bottling Company, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information on how they can get to work for you, please call 909-230-5000, extension 5912. And the Beacon Sign Company specializes in local high school sports and event signage needs. This is their 12th year supporting the Red Pride football program. They're located at 9305 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Call them today at 272-2388 for all your signage needs, or stop by Monday through Friday from 9 to 6.
8-7 is the score. Quakers finally answering the Hawks. Elected to go for the point-after conversion instead of the 2-point conversion. And that's how we got to our score, 8-7. 11:15 left to go in the first half. Kicking off is Burbidge. He's a 5'11 senior. Back deep, and taking it is TJ Helm. He'll get to about the 31-yard line before he's brought down. Just wasn't able to find any holes in that return game. So that'll bring out Decatur's offense. Ball on Decatur's own 31-yard line. Aaron Sandy goes wide to the right. Stout goes wide to the left. Once again, bunch formation in the backfield. Under center is Tommy Stevens. Stevens takes the handoff from Luke Gregory. Hands right off. With room to run is Cameron Evans. Gets about 7 or 8 on the play before he's finally brought down.
22, Cameron Evans, the ball carrier. Brought down by number 6, Dayton Prince.
So that'll bring out 2nd and short on the 40-yard line for the Hawks. So many different options when you come out of the formation and you have a fullback. He's always a chance to run it in Conlon. This time Stevens will be in the shotgun. 2 receivers either side, Stout and Riker. Motion man is Evans, who fakes the handoff. It does Stevens. Looking downfield, trying to find someone. Has Sidwell open, isn't passing to him. Elects to go further downfield and finds Sandy for the big gain. Goes down at about the 39-yard line for this Decatur Central team into Quaker territory. Stevens had Sandy open, but also saw on the comeback route was Sandy and elected to go for the bigger play. Stevens always a chance to run, keeps the defense in check when he comes out of the pocket like that. Sandy wide to the right, Striker Stout wide to the left. 2-back formation. Motion man is Sidwell. Handoff goes up the middle to Conlon, and he's got some room to work. makes a man miss, gets all the way to about the 30-yard line before he's brought down by Dayton Clemens. And it'll be very short, so we'll call it 2nd and inches on the 41-yard line. And as I said, it was close, so they're going to go ahead and take a look at it and make sure it wasn't a first down.
Hey, Three Pints Brew Pub is an excellent place for great food. They offer craft drink selections brewed on site, features a family-friendly atmosphere, and will make a great destination for your next dining experience. We're located at 5020 Cambridge Way in Plainfield. For more information about menu and drink selections, call 829-1000. They're open Sunday and Monday, 11 to 10, Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 11, and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 12:30.
Packed house here, as we talked about, homecoming for Decatur Central. So far, Hawks in the lead, 8-7.
Both men and women's soccer teams will be hosting Lutheran on Monday. Ladies play at 5:30 and boys play at 7.
And they're still taking a look at the measurement, trying to figure out exactly where the ball was spotted and where the chains need to be. 10:02 left to go in the second quarter. And it will remain 2nd and inches. Lots of local support coming out for this homecoming. We've seen different people, including Channel 8 and Channel 13, local TV news stations. Riker Stout on the right, Sandy to the left. Once again, 2 tailback formation. Handoff goes right up the middle to Conlon. Doesn't have anything, didn't get the push that he wanted, and he's brought down very quickly, but it will be enough for a first down. So that'll move the chains a little bit further into Quaker territory. Ball on the 28-yard line. Stout wide right. Sandy wide to the left. Once again, 2 running back formation. Conlon and Cameron Evans. Evans the motion man. Handoff go fake that Conlon. And Stevens looking downfield, gets pressure in the backfield, looking for it, anybody, and bobbling it and unable to bring it in is Riker Stout. Tried making a move upfield before he brought that ball in, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Got 9:11 left to go in the first half of play. 8-7 our score. Hawks with the lead and the ball. We're here on AudioSportsOnline.com. Rob Kendall's my name. Your play-by-play man for the evening is JP Sinclair. JP, take it away.
Thank you, Rob. Tommy Stevens under center. Conlon in the backfield. Stout and Sandy, wide receivers on either side. Evans, the motion man, makes a man miss after he gets the pitch out. Doesn't have anywhere to go with it, though. Brought down by Brady Nichols, the linebacker for this Quaker team.
And we do want to thank Kelly McWilliams and the entire athletic staff out here at Decatur Central High School. We love coming out and doing the games out here. We've got a bevy of football broadcasts under our belt this year, also some volleyball contests as well. So if you're enjoying tonight's contest tonight on the video feed, check out the previous broadcasts and give Kelly a special thank you next time you see her.
To me, that's one of the great things that Audio Sports Online does is they archive past footage, whether it be audio or video, so you can always go online, look up your favorite team, and see what they've been doing lately. Conlon in the backfield, widespread set, 3 receivers to the left side. Stevens takes it and goes to the left side and finds his man, which is Aaron Sandy, and he'll be brought down very close to the first down marker. And it will be enough to move the chains. So they'll bring out 1st and 10. Hawks threatening once again, up 8-7. 8:14 left to go here in the second quarter. Wide to the right is Stout. Wide to the left is Sandy. 2 running back formation once again for Stevens. Handoff goes to Conlon, and he gets brought down right away. Had absolutely nowhere to go. As getting the penetration there was Nick Rowan, who wrapped Conlon up very quickly on that play, and that'll bring out 2nd and call it 12.
Conlon, the ball carrier, brought down by 66. Rowan, 2nd and 12 for Hawks.
Clock continuing to tick down. 7:30 left to go in the second quarter. So far, been a very closely contested ball game. Both teams moving the ball effectively on offense. Stout and Sandy on either side. Cameron Evans, the motion man. Handoff goes right up the middle to Conlon. Makes a couple men miss. Still on his feet and continuing to plow ahead is Conlon. And he'll get all the way down to the 10-yard line before he's finally brought down. Made plenty of men miss on that run. Just was unable to wrap him up and bring him down. So I'll bring out 3rd and 2 on the 10-yard line. Stout on the right. Sandy to the left. Once again, bunch formation in the backfield for Stevens under center. About 7 or 8 men in the box for the Quakers. Handoff goes right in the middle of Conlon. Moving on the left on his feet, right in the end zone, untouched. Was able to quickly turn the field of play to his left on the quick juke move and get in for the score. That'll make it 14-7 in favor of the Hawks. 6:26 left to go in this first half. Just a great run there by Conlon, juking to the left right after he hit the hole and was able to turn it upfield for the touchdown.
Well, I was going to get a sponsor in there, but we'll wait until after the play. How about that?
Well, as usual, we're always unsure whether or not they're going to kick the PAT or go for 2. It looks like they're going to go for 2. Stout wide right. Stevens under center. Bunch formation. Sidwell, the man in motion, gets the pitch out, trying to get it in there. Gets close, but it doesn't look like he got in. Was brought down just a little bit short. So the 2-point conversion is no good for the Hawks. Worked early for them, but not that time.
And that could be big as we roll along because it's now a 14-7 game, which keeps it at 1 score. Hey Care Digital is a full-service, state-of-the-art digital printing service from business cards to banners. They've been a multi-year provider of senior posters at the south end of the field. Their address is 2701 Fortune Circle East in Indianapolis. They're open weekdays from 7 to 7. You can call them directly at 227-0220 for more information. And if you're a business owner with or without employees, you're probably wondering about your payroll. What about taxes, child support, auditing, Social Security? It can be a bit overwhelming, but we've got the answer for you. The Payroll Department Incorporated. The Payroll Department Incorporated can help out and keep your mind at ease where all these areas are concerned. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years. Call them today at 852-2568. Or stop by the Payroll Department Incorporated, 701 North Green Street in Brownsburg.
Reset the scene for you. It's been a back-and-forth contest thus far. 14-7 in favor of the Decatur Central Hawks here at DeVere Fair Stadium. 6:26 left to go in the first half. Sal will be the kickoff man. Kicks from the 40. High and short kick. Fielded at the 20. Not sure who the runner is. We'll take a look here in just a second. He's brought down at about the 35-yard line, and that would be number 19, Jake Whitney on the short return.
Hey, we also want to thank our friends at Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, Jimmy John's for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Thank you for supporting Plainfield football.
6:21 left to go. Nichols under center. Handoff goes right up the middle to Maple, and he's brought down very quickly. by, I believe that was number 45. Check that, it's Brian Wells on the tackle. Got about 5 on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 5 on the 38-yard line. Come up here at halftime, we'll go over some of the other scores thus far from around the state. Nichols under center once again, 2 receivers to the right. And passing it out and unable to hit his man, which was Ricardo Dubecki, just had it bounce right off his hands on the quick action from the slot. So that'll bring out 3rd and 5. Be interesting to see what the Quakers do here. Maple's been a very effective back thus far for the Quakers in this game. See if he'll get the handoff here. Also seen a lot of passing thus far from the Quakers. I think we were expecting them to come out and run the ball a lot, and we've seen a little bit of a mix from them.
All students should be seated in the bleachers unless at the restroom or concession stand. Elementary students should be with parents, guardians, or an adult at all times.
Looks like substitutions coming in for the Quakers. 5:39 left to go in the second quarter.
Please do not block these areas in any way. Thank you.
Nichols under center, 2 running backs, 2 receivers wide left and right. And the Decatur Central Hawks will take their second timeout.
Hey, thanks to our friends at the Hendricks County Flyer that have helped make tonight's video webcast possible. Please check them out online as well as watch tonight's game at flyergroup.com. And Motion 360 by Hendricks Regional Health provides care for the way you were meant to move. We care for every muscle, bone, and joint in your body to get you back to the activities you love. Get more information online at mymotion360.org.
Once again, I'm JP Sinclair along with Rob Kendall here at Decatur Central. 5:39 left to go in the first half, where Decatur Central Hawks lead the Plainfield Quakers 14-7. Been a back-and-forth game thus far. Quakers have the ball, 3 and 5 at their own 38-yard line. Homecoming night, here's Decatur Central, as we talked about. Student section is packed. Lots of support here tonight for the Hawks. Nichols under center on the quick pitch out. Goes to Maple, makes a man miss in the backfield, still plowing ahead, cutting it back to the left side before he's finally brought down. Tackle made by, I believe that was Zach Muniz. And that'll be enough to move the chain. So it'll be first down for the Quakers. Ball on the 45-yard line. Plainfield zone 45. Patton goes wide to the right. Nichols under center. Motion man comes and gets the handoff from the wide receiver position and cutting it upfield. Has the first down and more before he's finally pushed out of bounds. That man was Chris Clark, the 6', 180-pound senior for the Quakers team. Came from the wide receiver position, took the handoff in the backfield, and was able to turn it up for a big game.
Well, it's interesting. You know, Plainfield played Roncalli earlier this year, and obviously they didn't do real well during that game. This is probably their second toughest test of the year. Decatur Central, Roncalli probably pretty close talent-wise, and I'm sure Plainfield probably the toughest test of the year by far for Decatur Central.
Particularly when you look at it from an offensive standpoint. We talked about how the Hawks have been putting up points left and right thus far this season. Nichols takes the handoff to Maple. And it was actually a pitch out, and he'll get to the left side and get about 6 before he's finally brought down. Looks like the tackle was made by number 2, Jalen Miller. And also Zach Muniz on the tackle.
Yeah, and the only reason I mention that is because obviously we've seen some vaunted offenses from both of these teams this year during certain times, but you realize they're pretty evenly matched.
Even matched so
Yeah.
far, 14-7, a low-scoring affair. Nothing like the Perry Meridian game. 4:30 left to go in the second quarter. Motion man is Ricardo Dubecki, and dropping it is Ricardo Dubecki. He had the outlet once again in from the motion from the slot. Nichols just unable to get his receiver Dubecki there. Once again, that's the second drop by Dubecki that we've seen thus far. So that'll bring out 3rd and 4. Call it 5. 3rd and 5 at the 36.
Kansas, 3rd down and 5 for the Quakers.
Two running back formation. Brady Nichols in the under center. Motion man looked like it was going to be Dubecki. He did move. No call. Jacob Mimpel gets the handoff and gets about 4 or 5 before he's finally brought down. Looks like he'll be close to the first down, but I'm not quite sure he got it.
Catch that sneaky play by Dubecki there. He started going forward.
And then decided he needed to go to the left.
Yeah, I think he realized if he went to the left, the official would not get him for a false start. And so he just kept moving to the left in motion. He actually gets some bonus points for that. That was creative. Big 4th and 1 here.
It will be 4th and 1. Looks like the Quakers will go for it. Garrett Patton goes wide to the left. Dubecki is wide to the right. Two running back formation. Handoff goes to the fullback right up the middle. I'm not sure if that was Josh Miller or Tristan Southwood. It was indeed Tristan Southwood on the rush there for the Quakers, and it will be enough to move the chains. Was a quick snap. Looked like it caught Decatur a little bit off guard. Either way, it'll be 1st and 10 on the 18-yard line. Nichols once again under center. Two receivers to the right. Motion man is Gabe Burkhart, tight end from right to left. Handoff goes right up the middle to, believe that was Josh Smith, but he was brought down very quickly and very hard after cutting it through the middle. Believe the tackle was made by James Harris. And that'll bring out 2nd and 6 on the 15. 2:49 left to go in the first half. Wide to the right is Patton. Burkhart on the left-hand side. Two running backs in the backfield. Nichols hands it and finding Josh Miller and gets to the left side. Doesn't get much, maybe 4 or 5 on the pitch out before he's brought down. Looks like Lucas McNeil was one of the men in there on the tackle. Clock continues to run down. 2:11 left to go in this second quarter. The Quakers taking their time, trying to run some time off this clock before the end of the first, and trying to also at the same time get the ball into the end zone.
Yeah, you just hit the nail on the head with that, which is this drive is obviously about points, but also don't give the ball back to Decatur Central.
We've seen it in the past. Decatur can score in a hurry. And it looks like there will be a timeout taken by Plainfield as they want to talk things over. We'll take a quick timeout as well. 1:44 left to go here in the second quarter. Hawks up 14-7 over the Plainfield Quakers. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DeVere Fair Stadium here at Decatur Central High School for Indiana High School Athletics on audiosportsonline.net.
Real quick, I was just going to pipe in and remind all our fans, we do have the Avon and Brownsburg games going on right now. Those games got started late, 7:30 and 7:45 at Avon due to traffic. They were up at Fisher's, so game delayed 45 minutes due to traffic.
Well, a lot of construction here in the central Indiana area, including the ones downtown, shutting 65 and 78 at the split. It's summer construction, of course, but at least they were able to get the game underway.
I sat for about 30 minutes coming down 465 to get to Decatur Central today.
Lucky for me, I am literally 2 blocks away from work. So, handoff from Nichols goes up the middle to, believe that was Josh Miller. Check that. That was Jacob Maple. Flag down on the play. Not sure if he got it, but it will be holding on the Quakers, so they'll push them back even 4 and negate any gain. Not the play you want to have coming out of timeout if you're Plainfield, unable to get the push they needed to get the first down, and that'll bring out 4th. And that penalty is actually going to be declined, so it will bring out 4th down at the 23. And it looks like Plainfield will go for it, trying to tie this game up before they hand the ball back. So it'll be 4th and 4 on the 23-yard line for the Quakers. Patton goes wide to the left. Bunch formation, 3 running backs underneath the quarterback. And Decatur Central is going to call a quick timeout after seeing that formation.
You know what's interesting is they went for it, or they didn't take the penalty, because it sets you up a 4th and 4, which is not really all that big of a deal. You're facing a 3rd and 14, and now Decatur Central has had to spend its final timeout of the half.
With a minute 27 left to go, it was a very interesting, but Plainfield came out quickly. They could have been trying to get a quick offsides call, but either way, timeout was taken. And like I said, it was a very interesting formation with 3 running backs in the backfield for this Plainfield offense. But timeout taken either way by Decatur Central. And we'll see what the Plainfield tries to counter out with, see if they come out in that same formation. But as you alluded to, there's no timeouts left now for this Decatur Central team. So even if they get the ball back, no matter what the field position with a minute 27, it's going to be tough to get it down into the end zone. Burbage has hit 1 field goal thus far on the season. We'll see if maybe head coach Brian Woodard changes his plan and goes for the 3. And let's see. Garrett Patton is out there. Trying to see if Brady Nichols is on the field. And he is. So, yes, they are still going for it. Patton to the left side. Bunch formation. Burkhart the man in motion to the right. Handoff is faked by Nichols, looking to the right side. Finds Burkhart, who has it and is hit out of bounds. So he will have the first down hit out of bounds at about the 9-yard line. So great pickup there by Burkhart from Nichols. And that'll be enough to move the chains with a minute 21 left to go here in the second quarter. According to my math, that would be Burkhart's 4th reception on the year. Has about 52 yards on the season, as well as 1 touchdown. Once again, bunch formation, 3 running backs behind Nichols under center. Patton, the wide receiver on the right-hand side. Handoff goes right at the middle to Maples, pushing the pile, and he is finally brought down. Got close to 8 on the play. So I'll put the ball on the 6-yard line and bring out 2nd and 2. Once again, Plainfield moving very quickly. Under a minute to go here in the second quarter. Handoff once again goes to Maple, and he'll walk in right untouched. Decatur Central was not ready for that play, and Maple got it. And very quickly, a flag comes out after the play. Have to wait and see what the call is. Maple walked in pretty much untouched on the quick snap from Plainfield.
This is interesting. Didn't mean to cut you off there. Personal foul on Plainfield. Now, I think they've got the option of taking it on the kick or taking it on the kickoff.
Either way, the result of the play is still a touchdown, so it'll be 14-13. We'll see if they want to take it, as you said, on the kick or the kickoff when it comes to this next play.
Yeah, they're going to take it off. Now, the PA announcer said on the kick. I thought the team had the option. And this is an interesting decision because they need the extra point to tie the football game. But if you take it on the kick, you really could get some good field position. Personal foul is on Plainfield. And it looks like they're going to take it on the kickoff.
So penalty will be assessed on the ensuing kickoff. 51 seconds left to go. And it looks like Plainfield will go for the PAT. Andrew Burbidge, as we talked about, is the kicker. Hit one earlier. 15-15 on the season. This one's up, almost blocked, but was able to get it through. Let's see, that would be Jalen Miller, who actually got good penetration. There was unable to get his hands on it, so result of the play still 1 point, so it'll be 14-14, all knotted up, as we've seen a back-and-forth game thus far in the first half.
Brian Woodard out there on the field, and he is did not appear to be overly happy with that call, though he may feel differently when he looks at the film.
From experience, most coaches aren't happy with any call.
Hey, don't forget, if you are a Plainfield or Decatur Central fan, right here on the link you're watching us on tonight, we're going to have the JV game tomorrow morning between these two teams. So even though the JV game not listed on our Decatur Central page, if you just simply click that link tomorrow morning that you're watching our game on tonight, you can view it. And, of course, it is listed on the Plainfield side of things. So tune in tomorrow, 10 a.m., JV action for you. And the best part is you get to listen to me call the game.
Well, that would be the best part, wouldn't it? Once again, as we talked about, this is only my second broadcast here for AudioSportsOnline.net. Very excited to be a part of the team. Burbidge will be the kickoff man. We talked about the penalty being ensued on the kickoff. Ball is on the 25-yard line for Plainfield. 51 seconds left to go. Kick is squibbed, and it'll be picked up very quickly and trying to make some room of it. I believe that is Malloy. Ball is out after Malloy hit the ground. Not sure if he actually hit the ground all the way before the ball popped out. We'll see what the call is. And it looks like it still will be Decatur ball. Very close play. But either way, it will be Decatur Central football at the 41-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10. 42 seconds left to go. See if the Hawks can make something happen here. All knotted up. Two receivers to the right. Looks like that would be Sandy and Stout. One to the left. In the shotgun is Stevens. Looks downfield. Looking. Finds Stout on the right side. He's hit very quickly by Hunter Smith. Great hit by Hunter Smith. Knocked the ball loose on that hit. Fans here wanted the foul. And it looks like so does head coach Justin Dixon. No foul on the play, though. So it'll bring out 2nd and 10. Sandy to the right. Stout to the left. 4 receiver set. Cameron Evans, the motion man. Handoff goes up the middle to Conlon. He's got room to work. Up the field to the 40 before he's finally brought down on the huge 20-yard gain there by Conlon. 27 seconds left to go. Ball's not yet been spotted. Once it does, then Hawks already ready to run the play before the ball even gets spotted. So they'll bring out first down, and they'll quickly spike it to stop the clock. So 25 seconds left to go. That big play by Conlon puts Decatur with decent field position to take a couple shots down at the end zone. Ball will be on the 39-yard line in Plainfield territory. Hawks driving. Conlon found the seam that he needed on that last play and was able to plow ahead and get to the second level. Stout to the right, Sandy to the left. Believe in the slot is Cameron Evans. Yes, it is. And flag quickly coming out, and that'll be a delay of game penalty. Decatur had no timeouts. We talked about it earlier. Decatur used all three of their timeouts early, and that wasn't able to get the play off in time, so they'll push them back just about 5 yards.
Yeah, and this last drive really screwing up our quest for the 2-hour game.
At a 30-minute first quarter. Handoff goes once again up to Conlon, and he's got room to work. Great block downfield by Sandy before he's finally brought down at, we'll call it the 23-yard line. Once again, Conlon just opening up the gap and able to get a big gain. 16 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Decatur Hawks quickly line up to spike it, and they do. So 14 seconds left to go in the second quarter, all tied up. Hawks trying to make something happen before half. Ball on the 23-yard line.
No timeouts left, though. So now this becomes interesting. If they try a running play, they're going to have to get out of bounds.
We talked about it earlier. Have not attempted a field goal, have the Decatur Hawks thus far on the season. Stevens gets it in the shotgun, looks downfield. Penetration coming. He's going to run for it. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. Stevens cuts it across field. He's got some room to work. One man to beat. Turning the corner into the end zone. Oh, and he loses the ball at the last second out of bounds. Almost had a chance after cutting all the way across the field to get into the end zone. On the last ditch attempt to get into the end zone was brought down by the last possible second man to beat.
He ran about 50 yards on that play.
50 yards, and to try and get 10 was what Stevens did right there. Almost had it. He was able to turn the corner, just unable to beat the last man. Great blocking downfield by the Hawks that time. But either way, it'll bring us to halftime. All not up at 14. Take a quick time out here, and then we'll come back and have a little bit of a halftime show for you. 14 all, as we said, halftime here at Decatur Central. We'll be right back.
You got refunds? Me too, right? I didn't either. What's up with that? I think it was rigged. I think it was rigged. They're supposed to, aren't they? The king and queen. I know. I don't want to do it while they're doing all that. I would not come back to London to get them. I know, but I don't feel like walking down there and leaving. I don't remember her number. Oh, okay. Well, you know, it's a new. I don't want to do that. It's a new phone. We still have a flip phone. I told you. I told you. Get better.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could direct your attention to the track in front of the grandstand, we'd like to welcome this year's 2013 homecoming court. Freshmen, Prince and Princess, Gary Wright and Mariah Byers. Sophomore, Prince and Princess, Lucas Carer and Brianna Navarro. Junior, Prince and Princess, Trey Ward and Carissa Lovelace. And this year's senior king and queen nominees are Zach Thomas and Hannah Meeks, Taylor Douglas and Leah Ketchum, Lucaeus McNeil and Briasia Bureau, and Maurice Jones and Haley Williams. And ladies and gentlemen, this year's 2013 homecoming queen is Briasia Bureau.
What would they announce it at the dance?
And this year's 2013 homecoming king is Lucaeus McNeil. How about a round of applause for our homecoming queen and king? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Decatur Central High School is proud to present the 2013 Decatur Central Marching Band. The marching band has been hard at work this summer preparing for the football and Indiana competition season. Tonight, the band will be performing in honor of Mr. Bradway. His two wonderful children, Jonathan and Sierra, are in the band, and we miss them dearly as they are dealing with this tragedy. This evening, for your halftime entertainment, the marching band will present a portion of their 2013 competition field show called Once Upon a Dream. The band will be competing several times this year, and we hope to see you at our contest. Our show features all original music and tells a familiar story of Sleeping Beauty. But with a scary twist, as she sleeps, she is haunted by nightmares. Will the nightmares end? Will she be rescued from her tortured slumber? Keep watching throughout our season to find out. We are excited for you to hear a part of our show tonight. Drum majors, Mackenzie Adams, Cody Smith, Bailey Bradshaw, and Sam Berkeley. Is your band ready? You may take the field for your halftime entertainment.
Our story starts with a king and queen who wish nothing more than to have a child of their own. After many years, they were finally blessed with a beautiful daughter, and she was loved and adored by her entire kingdom. You know her as Sleeping Beauty.
Welcome back to the Fairfield Stadium here on the campus of Decatur Central High School. My name is JP Sinclair, along with Rob Kendall for AudioSportsOnline.net, as well as on behalf of Decatur Central High School and Plainfield High School. And those are the two teams that are matched up. 14 all here after the first half. Second half will be coming up here shortly in about 10 minutes. Taking a look at the recap, we've seen a lot of different things here tonight. We're expecting a much higher scoring affair than what we've got thus far, but defense has really been the order of the hour. Both teams really coming up big when it counted. Plainfield unable to get in on that last play. We saw that. It was a very close play as Tommy Stevens tried rushing for the touchdown. Gonlin has once again been the workhorse for this Decatur offense. Haven't seen much action from the wide receivers. Had a couple plays that just bounced off the hands of a couple of them, including one right towards the end for Riker Stout before he got hit. Also for the Plainfield side, methodical offense thus far from Plainfield, a little bit of mix of run and pass. Their offense has really been led by Jacob Maple, who's the workhorse on their side running the ball. Brady Nichols has been on target, had a good late touchdown or close touchdown before it was actually ran in by Maple, but it was set up by the play from Nichols to Burkhart for the big first down on the 4th and 5. And that's where we stand so far, 14-14 all, with about 8 here at the half, with about 8 minutes left to go till the start of the third quarter. We talked earlier about how proficient this Decatur Central offense has been thus far this season, but they held Mooresville to 14 points last week. So far through one half, they've allowed 14 to Plainfield. So we'll see what the second half brings with what changes both these two teams need to make. Don't really have too many stats for you besides, like I said, Maple and Conlin have been the two big stat givers rushing the ball for both these teams. Conlin was able to break a couple of really big runs thus far in the first half. If I was going to say any adjustments need to be made, if you're Decatur Central, you have to find a way to slow down Maple a little bit and try and force Nichols to pass. He was unable to find his wide receiver, Ricardo Dubecki, a couple times out in the flat, and those were two plays that could have gone for very big plays on the screen pass that they were trying to set up with Dubecki. But if they can get that going, that's what Plainfield needs to do, is try and get that passing game going between Nichols and Dubecki, as well as Patton, who's been fairly quiet here in this first half. Defensively, I would look at Decatur Central and say that one of the things that they need to do, we talked about slowing down Maple, but they haven't really been able to put any kind of pressure on Nichols, which is they've had pretty much all day to throw back there if you're Nichols. Now, why he's unable to thus far hit anybody besides Burkhart, it's something that they would have to continue to do and try and put pressure on Nichols and try and bring him down in the backfield.
Let's thank a few of our sponsors that have made it possible for us to be out here tonight. We'll start with BMO Harris, established in 1882 as Harris Bank and owned by BMO Financial Group since 1984. BMO Harris Bank has grown to become one of the largest banks in the Midwest, serving personal, commercial, and affluent customers. We're located in Plainfield at 2609 East Main Street. For more information, call them today at 839-3501. And Rhodes and Kinsley LLP are CPAs and financial advisors in business since 1990. They handle individual and business tax and accounting work. They're located at 8315 West 10th Street in Indianapolis. You can call them today at 271-1040 to set up an appointment. And Copyco Office Solutions is a local Xerox dealership. We sell and service copiers and printers and provide a wide variety of technology solutions. Providing and supporting all your business and technology needs, Copyco is located at 2920 Fortune Circle West, Suite C. Call them today at 241-5800 or stop by Monday through Friday from 8 to 5.
We talked about how we're all knotted up here at DeVere Stadium on at Decatur Central High School. 6:20 left to go before the start of the third quarter. We talked about it earlier. It is homecoming here for Decatur Central, and we even saw our Decatur's own Lucas McNeil win homecoming king. I'm sure he's very happy about that, but he still has another half of football to play. So pulling a little bit of double duty here at halftime. So very happy for him. But that's where we stand, 14-all. And now we'll take a look at scores from around the state thus far. A lot of scores in action, including Frankton is up over Alexandria here in the first, 7-0. Roncalli's up over Brebeuf, 14-0. Brown County is leading Mitchell 10-0 in the first. Brownsburg is up 7-0 over Lafayette Jeff. That's an away game for Brownsburg. Carmel's up big, 28-7 over North Central in the second. Carroll is up over Clinton Perry, 6-0 at the half. Cathedral down to Louisville Trinity from Kentucky in the first. Center Grove is up 21-3 over Lawrence Central. 7-0 is the score from New Haven as Columbia City is in there visiting in the second. Terre Haute North leads Columbus North 7-3. 19-0 Homestead up over DeKalb in the second. Pendleton Heights down 0-6 against Delta in the second. Eastern Hancock up big against North Decatur, 27-0. Elkhart Memorial is leading South Bend Clay, 14-0 in the second. Elwood trails by 7 to Mishawina, 13-20 is the score there in the second. Columbus East is pounding Floyd Central, 49-0 in the second. And Fort Wayne is up over Fort Wayne Dwinger, 24-0 in the first. Greenwood is up over Guerin Catholic, 13-7 in the second. And 0-0 all is the score from Tipton as Lafayette Central Catholic is there visiting at the half. So very defensive battle there going on. Mackinquah is up 21-7 against Northwestern in the second. Eastbrook so far blanketing Madison Grant, 21-0 at the half. Whiteland and Martinsville in a very close battle. 21-17 is the score. Martinsville in the lead in the second quarter. Fishers is up 20-7 against McCutcheon in the second. Franklin and Mooresville are both in action. Franklin leading Mooresville 15-3 in the second. Mount Vernon of Fortville 13-7 against Shelbyville in the second. Yorktown is up 7-0 against New Palestine in the first. 10-0 is the score. Northbridge in favor of Northwood in the first. Warren Central thus far blanketing Pipe. That was supposed to be one of the big games of the week. Thus far, Warren Central has that one well in hand, 28-0 in the second. Kokomo is up over Richmond 13-0 in the first. 14-7 is the scores. Ritter is up over Triton Central in the second. Fountain Central thus far blanketing Seeger 42-0 in the second. Silver Creek up over Clarksville 22-8 in the second. In the second quarter, so now Bend St. Joseph up by 7 against Mishawaka Marion 14-7. South Decatur trails Park Tudor 10-0 in the first. Southmont trails Western Boone 14-6 at the half. Sullivan thus far blanketing Owen County 27-0 in the second. Hamilton Heights is up big against Taylor 47-0 at the half. Beech Grove in action tonight against Henley 24-0 is the score in favor of Beech Grove in the first. Goshen thus far coming up short against Warsaw 14-0 in the first. Western is up 20-8 against Purdue. Hamilton Southeastern is trailing Westfield 24-10 in the second. And last but not least, West Central is up over Winnemac 16-0. I told you what the score is here. It's 14-all. 3 minutes left to go before the third quarter. Some players on Plainfield are already coming back out. And as we talked about, it's been a very closely contested contest with the exception of just a handful of plays that have made this game into what it is. Field position has really been a big battle. We've seen a partially blocked punt as well as a couple penalties that led to short fields on kickoff. So, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments both these teams make coming out into the second half. Offensively, this is definitely not the performance we were expecting to see really from either team. We've seen sparks from both Conlin and Stevens for Decatur, and if you're Plainfield, like we talked about, Maple's been a really big gainer for you on the ground. It'll be interesting to see how many carries he gets in the second half, but you have to get that passing game going off of the Maple play action.
Now let's thank some more of our sponsors that have made tonight's broadcast possible. The Avon Dental Center has provided custom-made mouth guards to the football program for the second consecutive year and are celebrating their 20th year in business. They're located at 7517 Beechwood Center Road, Suite 100 in Avon, and give you reach at 272-8100. Hey, stop by and visit American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency, Inc. at 704 North Carr Road in Plainfield. You can reach him at 839-9445. Stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 to discuss your insurance needs. And for more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building custom homes, remodeling, insurance repair, and handyman services while exceeding client expectations in delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. Their services include insurance repairs and restoration, hailstorm and weather-related repairs, remodeling services, and new home construction. For more information, call Wicker Construction today at 839-8353.
2.5 minutes left to go until we get this third quarter underway. Both teams back out onto the field and warming up to get set. As we talked about, really back and forth thus far. We talked about last season, Plainfield won against Decatur Central 17-14. Be interesting to see. We have a whole nother half to go, but thus far, that's about where we stand, 14-all. We talked about a very emotional game tonight for Decatur. Lots going on, including a homecoming. Plainfield has definitely came out to show their support. And we'll take one quick break before we bring it back to you for the third quarter. Stay tuned.
As we get ready to begin the second half, a reminder with Julia Burbridge and Bud Green from Remax Centerstone, you can consider it sold as a team. Julia and Bud have over 20 years of combined commercial and residential sales experience. Our team effort has brought many large-scale commercial projects to Plainfield, and Julia is a continued leader in residential sales across the county. Call Julia today at 754-5057 and let her make your next home purchase or selling experience as stress-free as possible. Hey, we also want to begin our second half by thanking Kelly McWilliams, the entire athletic staff out here at Decatur Central High School. We love coming out here covering the Hawks. And very excited to be out here bringing you the video broadcast tonight. So thank you to Kelly and all our friends at Decatur Central High School.
Thank you, Rob. Yes, very very nice facilities here. We've talked about it before in some of our previous broadcasts. The Beer Fair Stadium, very lovely field. Is all turf. Just really relatively new and just absolutely beautiful stadium. We talked about the Decatur Central wearing their blue uniforms with the white pants and gold helmets. Plainfield getting set to kick off. They're wearing their white uniforms with the red helmets and red trim. Burbridge will be kicking off for the third quarter. They'll be kicking left to right, right to left on your radio dial or computer screen. Taking the kickoff is number 11. That would be TJ Helm. And he turns it up the field and is able to get to about the 22-yard line before he's finally pushed out. Check that, we'll make that the 24-yard line before he's finally pushed out. And that'll bring out this Decatur Central offense.
14-0, Brownsburg leading Lafayette Jeff at the half. Brian Scott, Chris Worley on the call out there tonight. So we do have that game on the Brownsburg page on Audio Sports Online. So we want you to stay here, of course, but if you want to flip over there, you can check that out. Brownsburg leading 14-0 at half.
First and 10, ball on the 26-yard line. Motion man is Sidwell. Tommy Stevens under center. Handoff goes to Conlon. Tries to turn it to the right side. Unable to. He's quickly hit. That would be Hunter Smith there on the tackle, a 5'9 senior, playing middle linebacker for this Quaker defense. Didn't really have much to work with there to Colin as he turned it to the right side, so they'll bring out 2nd and 9 on the 27. Riker Stout goes wide to the left. Aaron Sandy wide to the right. Stevens goes under center. Conlon, the man behind him. 2 running back set. Sidwell, the motion man. Handoff goes up the middle to Conlon, and he's quickly pushed back. Just did not get any kind of push up front, and that'll very quickly, if he got anything, it looked like he got pushed back. But either way, it'll look like it'll be 3rd down and call it 9 on the 27. So far, Decatur Central not able to get the push they need up front here early in this drive. Aaron Sandy comes out. He's the man on the right side. Riker Stout, far left. Stevens goes under motion. Looks across the defense. Motion man is Cameron Evans from left to right. And Stevens takes it, rolls to the right, looking for someone downfield, and he finds Cameron Evans. And he'll quickly be hit, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. So great roll out there by Tommy Stevens, finding his man, Cameron Evans, in the flat. Believe that's his first reception on the year. Have to double check that. And yes, that is his first reception of the year. Sandy on the right side, Stout wide left. Motion man is Evans. And handing it off up the middle, Dakota Sidwell. He's very quickly brought down in the backfield by Michael Conley for this Plainfield defense. Absolutely. So far this drive, the Decatur Central running game just has not been what it was in the first half. They're absolutely getting manhandled up front and allowing quick penetration by this Quaker defense. So far, it's been the passing attack that's worked on this drive. We'll see what happens here, and if head coach Justin Dixon wants to change it up a bit. Sandy wide right, Stout wide to the left. Once again, bunch formation. Stevens under center. Motion man is Evans from left to right. Fakes the handoff to Stevens. Looks downfield. Has his man wide open is Aaron Sandy. And he had one man to beat, but he does not beat him. That man was Dayton Clements, the 5'11", 170-pound junior. Sandy was wide open on that play, on that faked handoff. Was able to get the cornerback to bite and was able to find Sandy wide open on the right-hand side for the big gain. So that'll bring out 1st and 10 for this Decatur Central offense. Once again, the passing attack's been what's working for them in this drive. We'll see what they do here. Wide to the left is Stout. Wide to the right is Sandy. Once again, bunch formation. Under center is Stevens. 7 men in the box. Motion man. Wow, that was an interesting pitch there to Conlon. Motion man was Dakota Sidwell. And then a little underhand pitch there. Almost a backhand pitch from Tommy Stevens goes to Conlon, and he'll get maybe 1 or 2 on the play before he's brought down, so it'll bring out 2nd and 10 on the 23-yard line. Check that, 2nd and 6 on the 21-yard line. Excuse me. 14 all tie, 8:55 left to go. Haven't seen much of a running attack from Decatur Central on this drive. We'll see what continues to happen. They've had a couple of nice passing plays this drive. Aaron Sandy wide to the right. Stout to the left. Tommy Stevens fakes the handoff, looks downfield for Stout, and almost, really it was batted away just a little bit enough by number 27 for the Quakers, Tyler Kinman, the 5'11", 150-pound senior. Timed his jump perfectly to get in there and disrupt that pass to Stout, who only had 1 man on him. So it was a good play getting over there from that free safety position. So that'll bring out 3rd down. Call it 3rd and 6. 14 all, 8:34. Been a back-and-forth game thus far. Both teams really having to dig into their playbooks and do stuff that's a little bit different because what they normally do is thus far not been working. Sandy wide to the right. Stout wide to the left. Stevens under center. Once again, bunch formation. Motion man is Sidwell. Right to left. Handoff goes to Conlon right up the middle. Has 1 man to beat and can't beat him, but it looks like it will be close enough to a 1st down. Conlon was able to get the push he needed. Really just had 1 man to beat before he found his way into the end zone, but it will be enough to move the chains nonetheless. So we'll call it 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line. Decatur Hawks threatening here at the 15. Aaron Sandy wide to the right, Stout wide to the left. Once again, bunch formation. Conlon behind Tommy Stevens. Handoff goes to Conlon right up the middle. He's got room to run and finds the end zone very quickly on that play. Almost untouched does Conlon go to the end zone. Just a beautiful gap right there after the handoff from Stevens to Conlon, and Conlon was able to bring it all the way into the end zone. Pretty much untouched, and that'll bring the score 20-14, 8:12 left to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if head coach Justin Dixon decides to go for the 2-point conversion or kick it. Tommy Stevens is out there, so my guess is they'll try for the 2-point conversion. Riker Stout goes wide to the right, and everyone else is pretty much right there with Stevens underneath center. Motion man is Cameron Evans. Handoff goes fakes to Evans. And Tommy Stevens looks to run it in himself and gets close. I'm not sure he quite did not get in there. Was very close. Made a last-ditch effort, but was unable to get in. So thus far, Decatur Central is 1 of 2 on the 2-point conversion. Or excuse me, 1 of 3 on 2-point conversions thus far tonight.
Hey, special thanks to the Niagara Bottling Company, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information on how they can get to work for you, please call 909-230-5000, extension 5912. And the Beacon Sign Company specializes in local high school sports and event signage needs. This is their 12th year supporting the Red Pride football program. They're located at 9305 East US Highway 36 in Avon. You can call them today at 272-2388 for for all your signage needs, or stop by Monday through Friday from 9 to 6.
So Decatur Central takes the opening second half kickoff all the way down, was able to score it in for the touchdown, but unable to convert the 2-point conversion to bring our score to 20-14, 8-12 left to go in this third quarter. Sal will be the kickoff man. Back deep to return is Josh Miller. And looks like Hunter Smith is also back there. Sal kicks it from the 40. Once again, a high kick. Coming up to field it is Smith, and he'll look to bring it upfield. Gets all the way to about the 35 before he's brought down, and that's where this Quaker offense will get the ball to start.
Tackle made by 28 James Overstreet, 33 Zach Munis.
See if this Quaker offense can come out and score and try and answer the Decatur Central Hawks. Hawks were the ones that draw first blood in the first quarter. We'll see if, and then, of course, the Quakers were able to match, and we'll see if the Quakers can do the same here. Nichols hands the ball off up the middle to Maple. Gets 2 or 3 on the play before he's brought down. Looks like the tackle was made by number 4, Jack Weldon, 6 foot, 190-pound senior. Does have 3 passes deflected thus far on the season, including and also a blocked field goal. It'll be 2nd and 6, ball on the 37-yard line. Brady Nichols comes out under center. 2 running backs behind him. Garrett Patton on the right side. Nichols scans the defense, hands it off to Maple up the middle, and he gets about 6 or 7 before he's finally brought down. Looks like the tackle was made by number 22, Cameron Evans. And it'll be very close to a first down. And they're actually going to go ahead and call that a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 45. Jacob Maple checks off the field for a quick breather. Garrett Patton wide to the right. Nichols once again under center. 2 running backs behind him. Man comes in motion. Nichols hands off. Tristan Southwood on the handoff. He's got room to run. Check that. It's Josh Miller on the handoff. And he makes a quick move up the middle. Has 1 man to beat and a blocker downfield. And he'll go all the way for the touchdown. Great move upfield by Tristan Southwood. 1 quick cutback, and he was able to find grass all the way to the end zone.
Well, we mentioned JP how strong the defenses were in the first half. Not so much in the third quarter, kind of what we thought we were going to get throughout the course of the ball game today, as both teams walking with ease down the field.
Back-to-back scores from both these teams. On to try the point after try is Andrew Burbidge. Kick is up and good. And so that'll put Plainfield up 21-20.
Hey, Three Pines Brew Pub is an excellent place for great food. They offer craft drink selections brewed on site. Features a family-friendly atmosphere and would make a great destination for your next dining experience. They're located at 5020 Cambridge Way in Plainfield. More information about our menu and drink selections, call 829-1000. Their hours are Sunday and Monday from 11 to 10, Tuesday through Thursday from 11 to 11, and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 12:30.
So the Quakers are able to match the Hawks score for score thus far in the third quarter. 21-20 is where we stand. Plainfield up 1, 6:53 left to go in the third. On to kick it off is Burbidge. Burbridge. TJ Helm is back deep to receive, as well as Jalen Miller. Very, very low kick. It'll actually fair caught and missed it. Let's see, that would be missing the fair catch. Looks like it was Riker Stout, It was actually the first to touch it, but it looked like Brian Wells got in there to recover it, and he fell out of bounds. So either way, Decatur Central will recover it. Very close play there for Decatur Central, but either way, it'll bring out 1st and 10 on the 29. Aaron Sandy wide to the right. Stout wide to the left. Stevens underneath center. Motion man is Sidwell. Handoff goes up the middle to Conlon, and he's got room to run, and he's going to go all the way. Nobody left to touch. One man to beat, actually, and that man will actually bring him down. Check that. That was actually not Conlon. That was Tommy Stevens on the quarterback keeper. Was able to fool the defense and just break it upfield for a big gain before he's finally brought down by Tyler Kinman. Just a great quarterback read option there by Tommy Stevens. Fooled everybody. Fooled me. I thought Conlon had it on the handoff, and the next thing I know, I'm looking at Tommy Stevens running up the field.
Well, like we said, JP, this was more the game we expected, with both teams moving the ball with ease here in the second half.
So I'll bring out 1st and 10, ball on the 15. Cameron Evans, the motion man, gets it on the pitch out, looks for room to run on the right side, makes a big shoulder lunge and able to roll over one defender before he's finally brought down. Didn't get much on the play, but it was still an impressive play there by Cameron Evans, lowering the shoulder and bowling over a defender to get the extra yard or two. So I'll bring out 2nd and 6 with 6:07 left to go in the third quarter. Once again, Sandy to the right, Stout to the left. Stevens under center. Conlon in the backfield. Handoff quickly goes up the middle to Conlon. Looking for room, spinning, trying to get to the end zone. Is going to be very close and not close enough. It'll be 1st and goal at the 1 yard line. Call it 1st and inches, really. Conlon just unable to get in there on the last push. But very quickly, Stevens under center. And that's going to be moving them back just a little bit. Offense moved very early there on the quick snap. We'll see exactly what the call is. False start offense. And so, just like that, it's going to push the Decatur Hawks back a couple of yards. Be a 5-yard penalty, so push it back to the 6-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 6. (21-20), Plainfield up 1. Sandy in the slot. Stout wide to the left. Nobody wide to the right. Motion man is Sidwell. Pitch out, goes to Conlon, and he's looking for the end zone and finds it. Wide gap on the left-hand side, and that's exactly where Conlon rushed it for the quick touchdown. And the crowd starting to come to life here for Decatur. That'll make it 26-21. We talked about it earlier. 1 of 3 so far on 2-point conversions. We'll see if they still stick with it and try for the 2 here. Looks like they will. Connor Ray and Aaron Sandy wide to the left. Stevens under center. Motion man is Sidwell, right to left. And quick pitch goes to Conlon. Looking for the end zone. Looking, and he's not going to get in. He's going to get pushed back at the last instance as he's trying to turn the corner. Looks like in on the tackle was number 14, Josh Miller.
Hey, Carey Digital is a full-service, state-of-the-art digital printing service. From business cards to banners, they've been a multi-year provider of senior posters at the south end of the field. Their address is 2701 Fortune Circle East in Indianapolis. They're open weekdays from 7 to 7. You can call them directly at 272-0220 for more information. And if you're a business owner with or without employees, you're probably wondering about your payroll. What about taxes, child support, auditing, Social Security? It can be a bit overwhelming, but we've got the answer for you. The Payroll Department Incorporated. Payroll Department Incorporated can help put your mind at ease where all these problems are concerned. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years. Call them today at 852-2568 or stop by the Payroll Department Incorporated, 701 North Green Street in Brownsburg.
Decatur up 5, 26-21, 5:20 left to go in the third quarter. Was able to get the touchdown, unable once again to convert the 2 points. Decatur's left a lot of points on the board thus far, going for 2 points. We'll see if that continues to be the philosophy for head coach Justin Dixon going forward in this game. So on to kick it off. Once again, another short kick, and it's fielded at about the 25. Looking for room to run. Cutting up to the right is Jake Whitney, and he is finally brought down at about the 34-yard line. 34-yard line. So they'll bring out 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line for this Quaker offense. Looking to once again match Decatur's score.
And 21, Devin Collins on the tackle for the Hawks on the return. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. That's where the Quakers will take over 1st down.
2 wide receivers wide to the left. Nichols under center, 2 running backs behind him. 7-man front for Decatur, and very quickly getting penetration and bringing down the running back is John Sidwell, 5'11", 201 junior. Maple was the ball carrier, and that'll bring out 2nd and 4. Sidwell was able to get quick penetration and slow Maple down before he can break it for a big gain. Clock still moving. 4:51 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball on the Plainfield 38-yard line. Garrett Patton, as well as, I believe that's Ricardo Dubecki on the far left side. Dubecki, the man in motion. 2 running backs behind Nichols. Pitch out goes to Maple, trying to find some room to work. Goes to the right and then cuts it back to the left. Unable to get much. Maybe a 2-yard gain. So it'll be 3rd and call it 3. Ball on the Plainfield 41. Plainfield's had a lot of 3rd downs, but thus far they've been able to convert a good portion of them, minus the couple on the first couple drives where Plainfield was able to slow them down. 4 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Nichols under center, 3 running backs behind him. Handoff goes up the middle to Maple, and very close to 1st down, but it might be short just a little bit.
I bet they're going to go for it here, JP, because with Decatur Central's offense, Plainfield have been unable to stop them in the 2nd half, and I think they are going to go for it here.
So to bring out 4th and inches, we'll see what Plainfield is able to bring up with their offensive play. We talked about it. They're trying to match this Decatur Central high-powered offense. Pretty much, Plainfield is on pace to score their average. They're normally on pace for about 36 points per game, but Decatur normally scores 58. So Plainfield thus far slowing down this Decatur Central high-powered offense, but unable to completely slow them down enough for them to completely take the lead. And it looks like we will have a measurement.
Hey, we also want to thank our friends at Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and Jimmy John's for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Thank you for supporting Plainfield football.
Once again, thank you to Decatur Central High School as well as Plainfield High School. And it looks like it will be just short by inches. So once again, 4th and inches, the ball on the 43. Plainfield looking to match Decatur Central's previous score. Decatur Central leads 26-21. 3:34 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Very methodical offense thus far from Plainfield. Pretty much the same formation time and time again. Not much motion. Really and truly, the only motion man has really been Dubecki, who's missed a couple big plays that he could have had downfield. So a lot of different looks from Plainfield in that one offensive set, though. Patton goes wide to the right. Nichols comes out under center. 3 running back formation. Power running formation. Crowd is getting loud here. Nichols, handoff up the middle. Does not get it. Getting the penetration there. Very deep was number 22 for Decatur, Cameron Evans. Playing both sides of the ball. The 5'11", 215 senior just got in there into the backfield and was able to bring up the hit. We'll see if they spot it. But from my point of view, it looked like he's going to be short.
Yeah, it looks like he's easily short there, JP. Hey, thanks to our friends at the Hendricks County Flyer that have helped make tonight's video webcast possible. Please check them out online as well as watch tonight's game at flyergroup.com. And we want to thank Motion 360 by Hendricks Regional Health. It provides care for the way you were meant to move. We care for every muscle, bone, and joint in your body to get you back to the activities you love. Get more information online at mymotion360.org.
And it will be short, and that'll be Decatur Central ball. Give credit to Cameron Evans getting in the backfield and bringing down Jacob Maple in the backfield on that fourth down. That was a huge play there by the senior during this homecoming. So Decatur Central will have it in very favorable position. Ball, it'll be 1st and 10, ball on the Plainfield 43. So Decatur Central already in scoring position. Line judge talking to one of the refs, trying to sort out exactly where the spot is, it looks like. That was a great defensive stand there if you're a Decatur Hawk fan. Something haven't seen that much of thus far this early season. Actually, midway through the season. I guess it's not really early anymore. Not enough games in the high school football games, in my opinion. Not enough games in the season. Can never have too many. Wide to the right is Sandy. Wide to the left is Stout. 3 running back set. Sidwell, the man in motion. Stevens fakes the handoff. Looks downfield. Looking. Goes to the left side for Dakota Sidwell. Unable to bring it in on the diving attempt. Sidwell was open. Really only had one man in coverage, which was Mark Dahm, but wasn't able to get it on the diving attempt, so that'll bring out 2nd and 10 on the 43. Plainfield's defense thus far holding their own against this high-powered Decatur offense. Seen a lot more passing plays than usual from Decatur. Give credit to Plainfield's defensive front for that. 5 men pretty much all on the line of scrimmage, almost every play for Plainfield. 2 receivers either side. Sidwell, the man in motion. Stevens on the quarterback. Keeper looks to run it. Has room on the left-hand side. Gets close to the first down before he's finally pushed out of bounds. He really didn't want to go out of bounds. He was trying to get every inch that he possibly could on that play. And I believe that'll be enough to move the chains. We'll see exactly where they spot it. And they will move the chains, so it'll be a first down for the Hawks. Give credit to Stevens on that read option play. Saul, he had some room to work with and was able to turn it to the left side and get all the way to the corner and get out of bounds right there at the first down marker. Aaron Sandy comes out wide to the right. Stout wide to the left. Stevens under center. 3 defensive back set. Sidwell and Evans on either side. Handoff goes up the middle to Conlon. Has some room to work. Gets about 8 or 9 on that run before he's brought down. Conlon is so quick when he hits that hole. You don't think he's gotten as many yards as he does until you look at the marker and see how far he's gotten. He gets hit so early, but he's able to continue plowing ahead and get those extra yards. That'll bring out 2nd and 2 on the 25. Talked about it earlier. So thus far this season, Conlon has 9 yards per attempt. Has about matched that today. He had about 9 yards on that last carry. It's a big game changer as he's able to break a lot of plays downfield. Found a couple of good holes. Looks like we have a question from head coach Justin Dixon, talking with the head referee. And it looks like they need to change the game clock is what the discussion is. Thank you for joining us on audiosportsonline.net. Coverage of both Plainfield and Decatur Central. Proud to bring you this game on the Decatur Central High School campus. 26-21 is the score in favor of Decatur Central. 2:54 left to go in the third quarter. And that's exactly what it needed to be, was a time change on the clock. So it'll be 2:50 and running is the clock. 2 receivers either side. Once again, Stevens under center. Handoff goes to Conlon. And Stevens kept it. Conlon got hit right away, but Stevens saw that the penetration was coming, was able to keep it and get the couple of yards needed for that Well, actually, I'm not sure if he should get the first down here. We'll see exactly where they spot it. It is a first down. That was a good read there by Stevens. I thought he had handed it off to Conlon, but he actually kept it, saw the penetration coming quickly for Conlon, was able to turn it upfield for that first down. Sandy comes out wide to the right, Stout wide to the left. I formation for Tommy Stevens. 2 tight ends. Stevens under center. Handoff goes to Sidwell. He looks to turn upfield, finds the outside corner, and is able to get about 5 or 6 on the play before he's finally brought down. Lots of Quakers there on the tackle. Couldn't see exactly which one was the one to bring him down. But either way, it'll be 2nd and 6 on the 17-yard line for the Hawks. Stevens quickly going under center. Evans the motion man. And they're going to quickly audible to something else. Play clock is still going. 13 seconds on the play clock. Stevens goes back under center. 7 seconds on the play clock. And Stevens gets the ball away, and Evans is the carrier. He has room to work with. One man to beat. Gets all the way down to the 3-yard line. Tried to bowl him over and find the end zone. Just came up just a little bit short. Good find there by Evans on that little bit of a draw play. There's so many running backs for this Decatur Central, the stable of running backs they have here, and they put them into use almost on every other play. Conlon's obviously the big workhorse, but you never know who's going to get it. Even Stevens could do it on the quarterback keeper on the read option that we've seen a couple times here tonight. Aaron Sandy wide to the right, Stout wide to the left. Motion man is Sidwell from right to left. Stevens on the handoff finds Evans, looks up the middle, and gets close, and he does get in. So Decatur Central is able to find the end zone for another touchdown there on the handoff to Evans. I believe that is his 4th touchdown on the year for Evans. And it looks like Sal will actually come out for the PAT. So after a couple of unsuccessful 2-point conversions, Sal will come out for the extra point. 9 of 10 on the year is Sal. Kick is up and good. So it'll be 33-21 with 1:16 left to go in the third quarter. Hawks up now by more than 1 touchdown. So it'll be interesting to see how this Plainfield Quaker team, who's really been in it by no less than 1 touchdown all night and has even led a couple times tonight, will counter. Plainfield really does need to answer, though. So we'll see what they're able to come up with. Josh Miller deep to return, as well as Garrett Patton back there. Once again, it's a beautiful night for high school football. Not too hot, not too cold. Absolutely no wind. And Sal gets ready to kick off. And Sal actually gets a lot in that one. Brings out from the 10 is Josh Miller. He has a little bit of room to work with. Cuts it to the right side. And gets a little bit more before he's finally brought down at about the 34-yard line. So good kick and a good return from both teams on that play.
Number 28.
So the ball will be on the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Quakers. Patton and Dubecki go to the left. 2 running backs to the right. Dubecki, the motion man, from left to right. Comes back into the slot. And handoff goes to Maple. He's got a little bit of room to work with and gets about 6 before he's finally brought down. The tackler on that would be Dakota Sidwell. So it's about 6 or 7 yard gain, and that'll bring out 2 and call it 3. 52 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Ball on the 41. Two back in Patton line up to the left. Two running backs behind Nichols under center. Handoff once again goes to Maple, who gets about 3 or 4 before he's brought down, and that'll be enough for a first down. Might actually be closer than I thought, but they will go ahead and move the chains.
We'd hate to say they got a score on this drive as we're still in the third quarter. It'll be early in the fourth, maybe as we continue, but with Decatur Central moving the ball as well as they have and Plainfield down 2 scores, you almost do think, JP, they really do need to score on this possession.
Well, as potent as Decatur Central's offense has been, not just tonight but all season, you would almost think the same thing. Maple fumbles it going forward, and it's recovered by Decatur Central. Maple lost it going forward as he is falling down, and Dakota Sidwell was there to collect the fumble. Great awareness there by Sidwell, and we were just talking about how Plainfield really needed a score there. A turnover is not what they needed at all. So the ball goes back to Decatur Central, who are already up 33-21 with 10 seconds to go. We'll see if they try anything fancy before the fourth quarter, or if they'll just try and run one and wait to start. Haven't had any turnovers thus far tonight. That one was a big one. Aaron goes out wide to the right, Stout to the left. 2 running back formation. Handoff goes to Sidwell, who just collected that that fumble recovery, and he'll get 6 before he's finally brought down, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. So big game changer has Sidwell been here in this third quarter. Come up with the fumble recovery, and he's also ran the ball very effectively tonight. So we got 1 quarter to go. We'll see if Plainfield is able to stop or slow down this Decatur Central offense and try and get the ball back. Really, it had been a back-and-forth game up until that very moment. Plainfield had a chance to answer and was just unable to. That fumble really could be the difference maker in this game. We'll take a quick break and then bring you the final quarter here from Decatur Central. So the players switch sides as Decatur Central's up 33-21 in the final quarter, as we're set to get underway in this fourth quarter. Aaron Sandy is wide to the right, Stout wide to the left. Stevens under center. Sidwell the motion man. The pitch out goes to Conlon, looking for a couple blockers, isn't able to get much, and he's quickly brought down, gets maybe 2 or 3 on the yard. On the carry, 2 or 3 yards on the carry. So that'll bring out second and call it 2 from the 48. So with as potent of a running offense as Decatur Central is, this could be a very, very long drive. We'll see how long it takes for them to take it downfield, trying to use up as much clock as they can up ahead 2 scores. Stevens goes under center. And he'll quickly take it himself on the quarterback keeper to get the first down. And he'll get that and plenty. Gets about 2 or 3 extra yards past that first down marker. So it'll be 1st and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line. And clock is still ticking, of course. Sandy wide to the left, Stout wide to the right. Once again, bunch formation of running backs behind Stevens under center. Sidwell, the motion man. Handoff goes to Conlon up the middle. Conlon's got a little bit of room to work with, and they'll be finally brought down by number 12. Conlon. Check that. Couldn't really see who the tackler was, but Conlon got a good gain, and that'll bring out 2nd and 1 on the 33. Sandy wide to the right, Stout wide to the left. Conlon behind Stevens under center, 2 running backs on either side. Sidwell, the motion man, from right to left. Stevens fakes the handoff, looks deep, got his man, and caught downfield by Connor Ray. Check that. That was not Sandy in there. That was Connor Ray. And he'll have a big gain all the way down to about the 1-yard line before he's brought out. So great passing play there. All the running and set up that play action pass at that point, and Stevens was able to find his man Connor Ray on the left-hand side.
Well, if they put it in here, JP, you hate to call a game early, but that might be all she wrote, as 3 scores would be very tough to come back from.
Well, from what I've seen of Plainfield thus far, they're a very methodical offense, not very explosive. They like to try and keep the game managed. That's just what I've seen thus far. But like you said, 3 scores would be very big if you're a Decatur Central Hawk. Stevens takes it, and he'll go straight ahead for the score on the quarterback keeper. So Stevens gets the touchdown, and that'll make it 39-21 in favor of the Decatur Central Hawks. 9:45 left to go in the 4th quarter. Once again, Stowe out to try the PAT. And Stowe's kick is up and good. So just like that, it is a 40-21 ball game in favor of Decatur Central. 9:45 left to go. It was really the end of that 3rd quarter that really was the game changer. The fumble was very critical in this game for Plainfield, but give credit to the Hawks. Able to come up big in that situation was Dakota Sidwell, and that could really be the play of the game. So 9:45 left to go. We'll see if Plainfield's able to make a quick drive down the field and try and get this game to be a little bit closer so they have a chance here at the end. Obviously, 9 minutes and 45 seconds is plenty of time in any game, no matter what type of offense you have. Back deep to return are Josh Miller and Garrett Patton. So gets another very good kick. Patton will field it at about the 13. Looks to turn outfield. Turns to the left. He's got room to work with. To the 30, the 40. He's got 2 men to beat. Gets to the 52-yard line before he's finally pushed out by the last possible man, which was Abdi. So great return there by Patton. Took it, cut to the left side, found some room to work, and really took it upfield. Great return there by Patton, and that'll set up Plainfield in beautiful field position. So that'll be 1st and 10 on Decatur's 46 as Plainfield's driving. Garrett Patton, wide to the right. Dubecki in the slot. 2 running backs behind Nichols. Nichols looks downfield. He'll throw. He has a man. And just off of his fingertips, that man was Jacob Maple. Had a chance at the play. That would have been a big one. He really had no one around him when he could have caught that and hauled it in. Just unable to. Right off his fingertips was that ball.
Yeah, Maple really had a chance that time. I think he kind of stopped running because he underran the ball. I don't think the ball was overthrown. I think it was underrun by the receiver.
So that'll bring out 2nd and 10. See if Plainfield tries to take another shot here. If they slow it down a little bit, try and work the downs. Wide to the right is Dubecki. Man in the slot is Patton. 2 running backs behind Nichols. 9 men in the box for Decatur Central. The quick screen goes to Patton. He tries to turn it upfield and does. He had 1 man to beat, and that would be number 45, who is Ryan Harrison, seeing some action here for Decatur Central. Middle linebacker, 5'11 sophomore, 195 pounds. Was able to make the play on that screen pass. So that'll bring out 1st and 10, as it was good enough for a first down, was Patton's screen. Nichols under center, 2 receivers to the left, 2 running backs behind him. Quick pitch, it goes to the left side to Josh Miller. Doesn't have much room to work with. Gets 1, maybe 2 before he's brought down by Decatur Central. Looks like the man on the tackle was number 58, Denny Josh, 5'11", 252. So it'll be 2nd and 10, ball on the 32. 40-21, 8:48 left to go in this fourth quarter. Nichols fakes the handoff, looks downfield, finds his man, and that would be Patton on the reception. Check that. That was Dubecki on the reception. So that'll be a gain of about 11, call it 12 yards. So that'll be good enough for a first down. And Plainfield once again threatening to score. .8:25 in the fourth quarter. And really a bunch of action. We're staying close. Handoff is fake to Maple, and Nichols has some pressure on him. Looks downfield, unable to find anybody, and has to throw it away. The pressure was there right away from Decatur Central, not biting on that fake. And that'll bring out 3rd down. Couple switches coming in for Plainfield. Check that. It is 2nd down, not 3rd down. So it is 2nd and 10 on the 17-yard line. 2 receivers either side, including James Mayberry. He's the motion man to the left side. Handoff goes to Maple up the middle. He's got some room to work with. Beats a couple tacklers and gets all the way down to about the 3 before he's finally brought down. Maple looked good on that run. Unable to find the end zone, but very close to a first down. It'll be 1st and goal. Ball on the 5-yard line. Plainfield really needs a touchdown here. One receiver wide right is Patton. Everyone else in close, including the tight end. Handoff goes to the left side, and he gets absolutely nowhere before he's brought down. Ran into his own man. I believe that is Kyle Roy on the left side that he ran into, the running back. Really just didn't have anywhere to go. I believe that was Coy Anderson on the carry. Check that. Tristan Southwood on the carry. Nichols under center. Pitches out to Maple. He's got room to work with and gets in for the touchdown. So Plainfield scores the touchdown, and that'll make it a closer game, 13-point game, 6:58 left to go, 40-27. And see if they'll go for the, looks like they'll just go for the PAT. Cover Decatur Central long enough, you're never going to know whether or not they're going to go for the PAT or the 2-point conversion. But in this case, Plainfield will go for the PAT and get it. Make the score 40-28. 6:58 left to go. Decatur up 40-28 against Plainfield. Was a very back and forth game up until the late third quarter, where a big fumble really changed the game, Rob.
Yeah, it took us a while. We finally got those charming offenses we'd heard so much about, and a little bit more on the Decatur Central side than Plainfield, and that's the difference. But 68 points between the two teams. I'd love to know if they would have ever put a spread on this game, what the over-under on total points would have been.
Well, after watching that Perry Meridian Decatur Central game, I will never try and guess at what kind of football game I'm ever going to see, regardless of the teams, because you never know what to expect. And that's one of the glories of Indiana high school football.
Well, big road to hoe here, but still time for Plainfield. And Decatur Central, I'm sure, looking for a sustained drive.
Well, 6:58 left to go in that running game. We'll see what kind of drive Decatur Central's able to bring up. Burbridge on to kick. Back deep is TJ Helm. And also Jalen Miller. Actually, they're defending the onside kick, so Jalen Miller's the only deep man. Everyone else is right up front. And the kick is onsided and recovered by Decatur Central. It did get 10 yards, but it was easily fallen upon by Decatur Central Hawk. So ball will be Decatur Central at about the 50-yard line. Call it the 51 of Decatur. So either way, that's still, if you can get if you're Plainfield and you get a turnover here or get a quick 3 and out, you gave up field position on the onside kick. You didn't recover it, but knowing that Decatur Central wants to try and have a sustained drive, we'll see what they're able to come up with here. A short field for Decatur Central. And when you're looking for a sustained drive, that may not exactly be what you want. Stevens under center. 2 running backs behind him. Handoff goes to Conlon. He'll get 2 or 3 on the gain before he's finally brought down. So it'll be second and call it 6. Second and 6 for Decatur Central. Who's up 40-28. Clock still ticking. 6:37 left to go in this fourth quarter. Stevens in bunch formation. 2 receivers either side. Sidwell, the man in motion, gets it on the pitch out. Cuts it upfield. Has some room to work with. He's going to cut to the right side. Got one man to beat before he's actually brought down by Chris Clark. That was a great turn of field there by Dakota Sidwell. He went to the left and then decided he had more room to work with on the right. Was able to cut it back for a very big gain. Dakota Sidwell was the man that recovered that fumble earlier on defense. 5'10", 185-pound junior. He has played a very big ball game for the Decatur Central Hawks. So that'll bring out 1st and 10 on the 16-yard line in Plainfield territory. Not exactly the long sustained drive we were talking about, but either way, the Decatur Central will also take points, even if it's not a sustained drive. 3 running backs. Handoff goes to Cameron Evans. He's breaking tacklers and still going on his feet all the way to the end zone. Check that. That was Lucas McNeil there on the carry, not Cameron Evans. Yes, that was Cameron Evans on the carry. Lucas McNeil clearing the way for him. Up the middle of the field. That was an absolutely beautiful run. Just would not go down to Cameron Evans.
Well, Lucas McNeil is a basketball player who's always seen him during basketball season, and also a track and field star. And he is not a guy, if you're on the defense, that you want pushing the runner in your direction.
6'7", 272-pound senior was homecoming king tonight as well. Obviously, he's having himself a big night as well. Stevens under center. Motion man is Sidwell, and Evans gets to finish what he started. Plows in the end zone, running over a would-be tackler. which was Tyler Kinman. So very quickly, Decatur puts even more points on the board. 48-28 is the score. 5:36 left to go in this game.
What was the average for Decatur Central coming into tonight's game?
58.8 points per game. So they're 10 points shy.
So 58. So they got to get another 10.
Yep. With 5 minutes to go, I wouldn't put it past them. What's impressive to me has been the defense. Plainfield has been scoring at a very good clip themselves, averaging close to 36 points to your game. That's under their season total. And if you're Decatur Central, who's had trouble slowing people down on defense, you'll take 28 points every single night, especially when you've been allowing 49 points per game. So on to kick the kickoff. Patton and Miller both deep back to return. Patton just had a excellent return last time. We'll see if he's got some more of that in him. And the kickoff from the 40 from So, upcoming. And looks like Patton will be able to field it again. Bobbles it, able to call it in. Looks to go up the middle. Has a little bit of room to work with before he's finally brought down at about the 40-yard line. So once again, Patton able to find some room to work with on the kickoff there, and that'll put Plainfield in decent field position. 5:29 left to go, down by 20.
17 Patton on the return. 44 Austin Walker on the tackle.
Very quickly, Nichols comes out. And up the middle of the field goes Maple. And he's able to get about 8 or 9 on the play. We'll call it 9. And that'll bring out 2nd and 1. 5:16 left to go. At this point in the game, if you're Plainfield, 5 minutes is still plenty of time to at least try and mount a comeback. So we'll see. They continue to up in hurry-up mode here, even though the clock is ticking. Stevens under center, or check. Stevens in the shotgun, hands off to Maple. He's got room to work with, able to get to the left side for about a, call it 20-yard gain before he's finally hit out of bounds. So that'll be first down. Ball on the 35-yard line up to kick, 1st and 10. Clock still ticking, 4:40 left to go. Nichols comes out in the shotgun. Patton and Dubecki to the right. He looks to the right side, and he's hit as he throws and unable to find his man. That was close to being picked off. Sidwell was in the neighborhood, but Nichols had pressure right away coming off from the side there. That was James Harris putting on the pressure. So that'll bring out 2nd and 10, still on 35, 4:22 left to go. Three receiver set. Nichols in the shotgun. That ball is fumbled after the snap, and Maple really, all he could do was fall on it as the ball never even got back to Nichols in the shotgun. Looked like it hit off the center's thigh, and Maple was just happened to be running forward and was able to fall on it. So very dangerous play if you're Plainfield. But with 4 minutes left to go and a 20-point lead, Plainfield's in pretty much insurmountable comeback at this point. Nichols once again in the shotgun. Another low snap. Nichols takes it, looks downfield. Diving catch there made by Dubecki.
Pass complete to 18, Dubecki.
You know,
It almost appeared that Dubecki, he did a little somersault dive as he caught it. He would have probably been able to get a little bit more on that play if he didn't have to dive for it. But either way, it'll bring out 4th and 6 at the 31-yard line. So Plainfield needs to get a first down here, otherwise they'll go back to Decatur and be lights out. Nichols in the shotgun, takes it, looks downfield, has a man, and that man he was looking for was Burkhart, but he's hit hard, and it'll be a turnover on downs, as the man that hit him would be Brian Wells. So Decatur Central will hold serve, it looks like, with 3:07 left to go and a 20-point lead as they come back out on offense to seal this game. Thank you for joining us. Once again, this is audiosportsonline.net at Decatur Central. Thanks to Decatur Central High School as well as Plainfield High School for letting us call this game. 3:07 left to go, 20-point lead if in favor of Decatur Central High School. And Stevens will come out. A couple handoffs should about do it. This one will go to Conlon. He looks to the left-hand side. Check that. That's Dakota Sidwell. And he'll get 2 or 3 on the carry before he's brought down. Tackle was made by Tyler Kinman, 5'11", 150 senior, for the Quakers. So that'll bring out 2nd and 5 on the 36. And the clock continues to run, 2:44. So 3 receiver set. Stevens under center. Sends a man in motion. Handoff goes to Conlon, and he doesn't get much. Got maybe a yard or 2 before he's brought down by Bryce Biddle from that offensive line, as well as number 13, Evan Schreider.
36 down in the ball carrier.
So it'll be 2 minutes to go. 20-point lead for Decatur Central. 3rd and 3 on their own 38. Nine seconds on the play clock. Stevens sends a man in motion. Handoff goes to Dakota Sidwell, and he's got plenty of room to work with. Gets to the 50, the 45 before he's finally knocked out. Call it the 46. So he had enough for the first down and then some, and that'll pretty much do it for this game. So the ball will be on the Plainfield 45, and that should just about do it. Stevens lined up under center. Man in motion is Sidwell. Handoff goes to Conlon. Gets about 3 or 4 on the carry before he's brought down. Bring out 2nd and 6. Clock still going, minute 27. Overall, a very nice showing here for this Decatur Central Hawks team. Had some questions on defense, but you go out and, this is a team that allows plenty of points per game, but you hold Mooresville to 14 and this Plainfield team to 28 while still keeping up that high-powered offense. If you're head coach Scott Dixon, you got to feel good about that. Stevens hands off to Conlon. Conlon makes a big gain. Check that's Dakota Sidwell on the carry. Gets about 9 or 10 on the play. It's plenty enough for a first down. So first down will pretty much seal it. 48-28. 50 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Stevens watching the play clock. Let it tick down as far as he can before he hikes the ball in the victory formation. And that'll pretty much do it. And 17 seconds will continue to tick off, and that'll be the end of this game. Hawks finish the game up 20, 48-28 for this Decatur Central Hawk team. Just what you wanted to see on a homecoming night if you're Decatur Central.
Well, JP, that's, as you said, 48-28 our final. You got any closing thoughts before we wrap up tonight's broadcast?
Well, taking a look at it, it was it was back and forth game all the way through that first half. You come out in the halftime, it's 14-14, and it was really the game-changing third quarter. So, I mean, if you had to give anybody the nod for player of the game kind of accolades, it would have to be Dakota Civil. Coming up with that huge fumble, he ran the ball very effectively. Conlon, of course, you knew was going to run the ball effectively for your Decatur Central. For Plainfield, you scored very methodically, but you weren't able to keep this high-powered Decatur Central offense, off the scoreboard, and that's exactly, that one turnover was really the difference maker in this game.
Well, final thoughts from JP tonight. JP, thanks very much for coming out to do the game. Definitely appreciate that. I look forward to hearing you again next week at Plainfield here on Audio Sports Online. Well, thank everybody for listening tonight. Special thanks to Kelly McWilliams, the entire athletic staff out here at Decatur Central High School. And don't forget, we'll have the JV contest for you tomorrow morning between these two squads, 10 a.m., if you wanted to tune in for that. So, again, one final time, our final score, 48-28. Plainfield falls to Decatur Central. For JP Sinclair, I'm Rob Kendall saying so long, everybody.